Let's see. There we go. That's better. Okay. So real quick, we got a poll up. If you guys want to go ahead and participate in that, let me know just which is your which race in the round of 16 are you guys most excited for. Personally, probably Bristol. Even though I love Darlington for the kind of prestige of the Southern 500, and it'll probably be the race that'll make or break a lot of the guys further down the list shot at the race or at the playoffs. It'll probably decide, like, for example, if Stenhouse is not good in race number 1, then it will probably end up ending his shot at the playoffs. Now, again, I'm not necessarily expecting that, but it could happen. So, all right, and they're getting ready for the national anthem, which is nice. So, looks like we got votes already rolling in. Bristol, Darlington. Okay, I like both those picks. Some good picks there. So, yeah, let's see. Kansas is kind of the weird one in this round, just because it's not a bad mile and a half. It's just stuck between two very nice tracks. An interesting intermediate that isn't just a mile and a half, and then a short track, which is one of the most action-packed tracks on the entire schedule. Honestly, last year with this Texas being in this round made so much more sense because it gave a very obvious number 3 spot. Now, granted, it's an obvious number 3 spot almost any round it's in. I mean, it's in the round of 8 or round of 16 this year, and that's a pretty obvious number 3 behind Talladega and then the Charlotte Road Course. I'd probably say Talladega over the Charlotte Road Course in terms of ones I'm excited for in that round, but we'll get to that one obviously when it's a little bit closer. And hey, maybe my anticipation for it will change based on if this race is absolutely awful. Although I highly doubt it after last night's amazing Xfinity finish, which I did manage to get to watch mainly because I had cell data barely. So I was able to watch the end of the NASCAR Xfinity Series race late last night. Bummed for Sheldon Creed and Parker Kligerman that neither one of them could win and lock themselves in. But massive congratulations to Justin Allgaier and the number 7 team on their win at that speedway. So first time he's ever actually won the Daytona Speedway. So there we go, national anthem done, and we are ready to go racing. Let's slap them in the cars and go boogity boogity. All right. Real quickly, they are going to probably go to commercial break here, so I'm going to go run and grab myself another water real quick, and I will be right back, guys. Hat, we'll leave the hat right there. No, it's not going to stay. Okay. go. We are ready to go racing here. Should be back from commercial break any second now. There we go. And we are ready to go racing. Hopefully you guys are excited. Of course, if you guys are, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss future live streams like the one going on tomorrow. Of course, the pinned comment has the link to the Twitter poll if you guys want to vote. You have until about 6 a.m. tomorrow morning to vote, and by then I will have to have made a decision on which race I'm gonna end up doing, because the two races are scheduled to go off at about the same time for the IndyCar and the NASCAR truck race at Milwaukee. So let me know which one you guys want to see me do. And I say, AJ Allmendinger, there's an easy case there. He's a really good road racer. Let me just gonna really quickly check the Twitter poll, see what's going on in terms of the vote so far. All right, so far we got 6 votes over there, and it looks like it's about a 2/3 majority right now on IndyCar. So, of course, keep the votes rolling on in, but we do have people voting. So, real quick, I want to see if IndyCar changed up the schedule significantly. That might make for a night race, because. Let's see. Keep up with the schedule. Learn more. Yes. I want to learn the schedule. What happened? So, read more. Here we go. Persistent thunderstorms in the St. Louis area forced a shuffle to the schedule. And Sunday for the Bommarito Automotive Group 500. Presented by Exalta and Valvoline at Worldwide Technology Expressway. 2 practice sessions scheduled for tonight. NTT IndyCar Series on the 1.25-mile oval. A 60-minute practice will start in about 10 minutes, followed by 2 10-minute highline practice sessions divided by groups at 9 and 9:15. So about the time this race will be getting ready for the end. NTT Pole P1 award-winning qualifying will happen at 11 tomorrow morning, followed by the race at 3 p.m. Eastern. So still at the scheduled time, which is a little bit of a bummer because I was kind of hoping for a night race, but that's the updated schedule for the NASCAR for the NTT IndyCar Series race. So here we go. All right. Here we go. So that was a quick update. I don't know how much of that I ended up just rambling through, because I know I read through probably way more text than anyone really wanted to hear, but I wanted to make sure I got through enough of it for myself so I knew what was actually happening. So, quick synopsis. In about 10 minutes, IndyCar will be having their one and only kind of full official practice session. And then later tonight at about 9, they'll be having 2 group practices where the intent is to run and work in that high line. Because with the extra rubber, the theory is that you will rubber in that high line a lot earlier, and it'll hopefully open up the racing line for race day tomorrow. Then you'll have qualifying 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Hopefully I can see some of that, although I don't know if I'll be able to. And then the NTT IndyCar race is still scheduled for 3:30, and the trucks are at 4, so they still overlap. So poll still matters. So I put the link to the Twitter poll if you guys want to vote on which race I'll be broadcasting tomorrow. So here we go. All right, here we go. So should be getting the engines fired and ready to go racing here as soon as we get back from commercial break, which means we're going to start talking about the starting grid here. So if you guys weren't here a minute ago, or if my mic was unplugged when I was talking about it, this top 10 is insane. So Briscoe, Amarola, Harris, and Burton, the top 3. So real quick, 3 Fords. Ford looking very strong in qualifying. Unfortunately for if you're looking at trends in the Daytona 500, the Hendrick cars have been very dominant and typically just don't have the race pace to keep up. So we'll have to wait and see if Ford has the race pace. But you have that. Then you've got BubbaWallace and Ty Gibbs in the 4 and the 5 spot, respectively. BubbaWallace 4, Ty Gibbs 5. Riley Herbst, in his limited number of Cup starts, he'll be making a start here in the 36 car for Front Row Motorsports. He starts in the 6th position. Kyle Larson starts in the number 5, driving the number 5, starts in the 7th position. Ryan Blaney in the number 12, starting 8th. Ryan Preece in the number 41 and Kevin Harvick in the number 4 are starting 9th and 10th, respectively. All 4 SHR cars in that top 10 could be a very dominant day for them. Buescher and Keselowski, the 2 Roush Fenway drivers, hold down spots number 11 and 12. 13th is held by current points leader, Martin Truex Jr. Joey Logano holds down P14. P15 is held by Christopher Bell. Austin Cindric and AJ Allmendinger make up row number 8. Austin Cindric on the outside of row number 8. Allmendinger and Kyle Busch will be making up row number 9. Row 10 is made up of Denny Hamlin and Denny Hamlin employee Tyler Reddick. Row 11, Austin Dillon and Daniel Suarez, both Chevy drivers, both trying to win their way into the NASCAR playoffs here at Daytona. Then you've got Chase Elliott and Eric Jones in row 12. Again, 2 Chevy drivers trying to make their way into the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. Going to be really tough here. You're going to hear that a lot, by the way. Chevy driver trying to make their way in. Ironically, the very next row, in row 13, there are no drivers eligible for the Cup Championship or that would need a win, because Ross Chastain in 25th already won, and Austin Hill, an Xfinity regular, is on the outside of row 13. Row 14, you've got William Byron and Justin Haley. Again, Justin Haley, another Chevy driver who needs to win to make the playoffs. Josh Berry, the super sub, and Ty Dillon rounding out row number, not sure what row that is. Is that 13, 14? That's row 15 for Josh Berry and Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon trying to win and lock his way into the playoffs. Please no. Alex Bowman in the 48 and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 47 make up row 16. Row 17 is held by Rick Ware Racing, J.J. Yaley, and Brennan Poole, respectively. Row 18 is held by Todd Gilliland and Chandler Smith. Row 19, is held by Corey LaJoie and B.J. McLeod. And Michael McDowell is rounding out your 39-car field here tonight in the NASCAR Cup Series at Daytona. And the cars are rolling on track, which is nice. It is one of my favorite sights to see. So, here we go. Hopefully you guys are excited. I know I am. That's the starting lineup for you guys. And they're talking to Chase Briscoe, the pole sitter. And, man, that's a beautiful paint scheme he's got on that Ford Mustang tonight. So hopefully you guys are excited. If you guys are, of course, as I mentioned, hit the like button and let's get ready to race. But yeah, this really is just kind of roulette style. So I'm going to go ahead and end the pre-race vote. So it looks like people are most excited for Bristol, although it was low participation. So possibly those results might be a little off, but I think Bristol probably is the favorite race for a lot of people in that round. But yeah, here we go. They're bundled up and ready to go. Let's see. Are they gonna say a light's gonna go off on the pace car this time, or do they got more they need to do in pre-race? And they just pan away from the camera as we're about to see whether the lights turn off or not. Nope, lights are still on the pace car, so they got at least one or at least 2 more laps. So at least 2 to go here. So we're still pacing. But yeah, so we'll be doing our typical pre-race polls mid-race polls for the stages as to who you guys think is going to win stages 1, 2, and the race. So, here we go. So, we are pacing around. Again, we've kind of talked about the starting grid here, but I am curious to see how these two SHR teammates, who both need to win to make the playoffs, end up working together potentially here at the start of this race. Because, yeah, it's not easy to go ahead and just win this one. Hey, Patrick, how's it going? Nice to see you popping in here. We're getting ready for the start. I'm gonna say Alex Bowman scheme's pretty good tonight too. I hadn't seen that one, but hey, you know what? I like the purple people eater there. And BubbaWallace again. Yeah, Bubba just needs to protect points, but if somebody is going to be if it starts to look like somebody's gonna try and win this race who's a non-playoff driver, you gotta be close enough to pop up there and potentially give some trouble there. So it's not an easy one, but it's possible that we could see something happen here. Alright, so welcome everybody to LiveStream. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Alright, here we go. Come on. Why is Carmelo getting in line behind Busher? Oh, they're all going single file. Are we do we have to do the pass-through on pit road? Because the entire field's starting to go single file, and oh yeah, they hadn't even done the starting grid. I thought that they hadn't done the starting grid yet, but they were pretty well double filed up, which is a little disappointing to see them go from beautiful double file to single file, and yet here they go coming down pit road now for the pass through. But I kind of only brushed by it right now, but Kurt Busch at age 45 has officially decided that he's going to no longer attempt to try and get back behind the wheel of one of these Cup cars. Very sad to see him have to hang it up. He talked with his doctors, and his doctors decided that it would be too much to try and get back in there. So, very much a bummer to see him go out the way he did. It didn't look like a very massive wreck, but he's had a lot of big hits throughout his career. And he's had a very successful career. 2004 NASCAR Cup Series champion. Was a rookie in 2001 for the 2001 NASCAR season. Kurt Busch, definitely great career. Just sad to see it ended a little early. But we're ready to hopefully see him in his next role. Possibly, I don't know. I'd like to see him potentially in the broadcast booth with when the CW ends up taking over the coverage. Now, that would be a hiring by NASCAR, but I think the plan is that they're going to try and keep him in-house at 2311 if they can. And lights are off on the pace car. We're ready to go racing. So, lights are off. That means one more lap. At the end of this lap, the pace car is going to run for cover. And we're going to be going ready for racing here. So, here we go. Let's see. Went and put a couple of picks in, hoping to, for this race. I'm kind of expecting chaos, so. And Ricky Carmichael in the, driving the pace car here. So, nice to see some other motorsports people involved here. So. Oh, there we go. Chase Briscoe going up and bumping the pace car. People gonna get upset at him for that, like when Kyle Busch goes up there and hits the pace car. I don't know, but yeah, the official's nice and laid back about it, so. Here we go. And say, working on some other content ideas that hopefully you guys will be seeing here in the near future, but right now we're getting ready. Potentially some NASCAR Heat 5 live streams potentially coming back to the channel. We'll have to wait and see, but that's a potential. Streaming some league races for you guys, so we'll have to wait and see on that, but hopefully those will return here soon. And green flag is in the air, and the pace car is off, and we're racing at Daytona. So here we go. Chase Briscoe pulls out early with the lead. He looked like maybe his teammate his teammate fell in line behind him on to the inside line, and the outside line gonna struggle here for a little bit because it lost its lead driver there so early on. But now BubbaWallace leading the outside lane. He's gonna have a head of steam, and he is gonna get a push here. The question is what's gonna happen here between these two drivers. BubbaWallace, he's up alongside the 10 of Amarola here for second, but he's not going to really have a shot at leading this lap. He's got Riley Herbst in behind him, going to try and give him some good pushes here. And he's going to get close, but no contest there. Chase Briscoe leads lap 1. So there we go. Nice lead there for BubbaWallace, and now, or not for BubbaWallace, for Briscoe, but now BubbaWallace on that outside, he's starting to storm down the back straightaway here. And I say that outside line is forming, and potentially these two SHR Fords might be looking to try and move up in front of the 23 if they can both get clear, but as of right now, okay, so they say the broadcast just proved me right about an argument I had with somebody at work literally a month ago about this. They're allowed to lock bumpers as long as they want. They don't have to do the bump drafting because someone was complaining to me at the food line at lunch about it, but I was right. So nice to know my NASCAR facts. So here we go. So Amarola and Briscoe, they push out to the lead there with a nice tandem style draft, and now they can start to choose which lane they want to push. And as they get that, though, the top lane completely evaporates, and there is no contest from the outside, so those two can just kind of run the inside line. Oh, Ty Gibbs popping up to the outside to get ahead of BubbaWallace. I don't know if that was just a move to try and get in Bubba's head, or if that was or if that's what he actually wants to do, is to just get in front and run ahead of BubbaWallace for now. I mean, hey, he needs to earn a lot more points than just one on BubbaWallace to win this spot. But if he can win the race, points go out the window. So, but yeah, only 6 Toyotas versus the amount of Fords and Chevys in the field being so much higher. The Toyotas might have to work together however they see fit. But the problem is that we know three drivers. It's basically a 3v3 at the Toyota camp, because you've got Denny Hamlin and his 2 drivers. You got Denny Hamlin and the 2311 guys on one side of that, and then you've got the in-house JGR guys on the other side with Truex, Bell, and Ty Gibbs, trying to get Ty Gibbs in there. So Ryan Blaney tried to make a move. It didn't work, but luckily he had a teammate there in Joey Logano that was willing to drag the brake and give him a spot in line. So a lot of shuffling up already early on in this race. So far, it looks like Chris Buescher's been on the move a little bit. Not sure where Keselowski is. That's the big one I want to make sure I find in line here soon. What do we got in this first stage? It's 35 laps. So 35, probably 35 again, and then the rest, not bad. But yeah, so right now though, this inside line is absolutely enormous here. The 27 and the 23 and the 6 and the 36 are both starting to slip back here. They're about side by side with the 2 RCR cars there of Austin Dillon and Kyle Busch. So it's a 7-car breakaway right now at the front of the field here. Christopher Bell, the last car ahead in the breakaway. Could Christopher Bell potentially move up in front of his teammate here to try and lead the outside line, give him a little bit more momentum and an extra car to help try and run this one down? Here we go. BubbaWallace getting to the back of Ty Gibbs, trying to give him a bit of a push here just to get that outside lane moving here. All right, here we go. Yep, there we go. The 20 car jumps up to the outside line. Not sure who else that is that jumped up to the outside line. Oh, that's Martin Truex Jr. So say we got Bubba, Ty Gibbs, Bell, and Truex all in that top line. So that's 4 of the 6 Toyotas right there, all working together. And more specifically, we got the 3 in-house GR cars running 1, 2, 3 in that outside line. Problem is, there's still a massive breakaway at the front, so it'll take some time, even with a lot of fast cars in that outside line, to make something happen here. All right, here we go. All right, let's see. Man. Alright, we're getting ready, hopefully, for some good Stage 1 racing. I'm going to go ahead and put up the poll here for Stage 1. A little early here, but hey, you know what? No one ever complained too much about a early Stage 1 poll. Win Stage 1. And let's see, we're going to go with the top 3 as normal. Chase Briscoe. So Chase Briscoe, Eric Almirola, sorry. Almirola. And let's see. Harrison Burton. And other, because we always have other. Alright, and there's the question for you guys, and I'm going to go just post it on Twitter, and we will be right with you guys, and hopefully this commercial break will be over by then too, so. Alright, let's see. Chase Briscoe. Alright, I'm gonna try and pause that because for whatever reason that video's. I hate it when videos just automatically play on Twitter. It just takes a lot of unnecessary usage from your computer when you're streaming. Briscoe. Eric Almirola. Let's see. Harrison Burton. And other. Comment below. And there we go. Actually, you go ahead and remake that tweet because I forgot to add the hashtag in there. Chase Briscoe. Eric Almirola. Makes it nice and easy when they're all auto-filled in here. That I just made this. Hashtag Coke 0400. Coke Zero Sugar 400. There we go. And there we go. We're ready and we're back. Here we go. And they're back from commercial break as well. Nice. Always love it when they're back from commercial break. So. Alright, here we go. Let's see. What's going on, guys? How's it all going? Let me go ahead and refresh my page here, and then I gotta just remember to pause it. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, there we go. It's still going. Okay, I was worried for a moment there. So I'm not sure why the connection says it's poor. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Oh, yeah, my stream is really buffery. Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, my camera is super laggy. Let me try and see if I can undo and redo that and see if that fixes it. There we go. Let's see. Let's see if that fixes the problem. If not, we can work on some other things. And uh-oh, Brad Keselowski dropping to the rear of the field. Hopefully he knows what he's doing. I mean, the good thing is I trust Brad Keselowski, and that's the main thing when it comes to a NASCAR driver like this, is that I need to be able to trust them, first and foremost, when it comes to this type of racing. If I'm going to pick them for the win, someone like Denny Hamlin or Brad Keselowski, I trust them to get good finishes. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got going on. Hopefully, again, we got this, I'll figure out. I don't know why it's still saying poor. Trying to figure out if there's anything else I can do. Let me try cutting that down. Alright, so we got some votes pouring in over on Twitter for the poll, but I'm going to go ahead and close Twitter for now. We'll check in on it later, but hopefully that'll be all set here. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I can't seem to figure out why the connection seems to still be poor. Try refreshing this one more time now that I've kind of closed out some stuff. Alright, there we go. We're here, and we got 3 votes already on the poll, and it looks like we're pretty split on who we think is going to win this stage. As we are about halfway through the stage here. We got 18 laps down, about 18 to go. So here we go. Battle for the lead. No, not battle for the lead. Sorry, they can't really for showing. Made it look like that lead group was a lot further up. Is that Denny Hamlin out in front of the top line? Looks like it. So Denny Hamlin might be leading this one. So, yeah, there we go. So Denny? Yeah, they're about to talk about Denny Hamlin's interested here. Or they're going to talk about the interesting situation there. But Denny Hamlin now at the front of the lead, or front of the top group. And here we go. So Denny Hamlin actually back in a FedEx car for the first time in 2 months. So nice to see that one here. So here we go. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to just ditch that for tonight, because I was getting a little itchy and I need a haircut, so here we go. I don't know why it's still saying the connection is poor. Oh. Why is it saying I'm on Wi-Fi? I'm definitely hard... Oh, derp. I forgot to plug in the wire to hardwire my computer back into the internet after last night's issues. Alright, there we go. Hardwired back in. Alright, there we go. We're live. Okay, we're reconnected there. Okay, we're at least back to the same level we were. Oh, and we might be back on again for a moment. And hopefully we're trying to get connected back to the position we were here. Alright, there we go. Excellent connection. There we go. That's good. Alright, we're reconnected there. Okay, hopefully that didn't end up causing too much trouble there. Alright, looks like we're all good, and now my phone's buffering a little bit there with the Peacock broadcast, so. Alright, we're ready to go racing. Hopefully you guys are excited too. We're getting, as I say, down to the end of this first stage. Alright, so internet issues should be hopefully behind us, although my thing still isn't acknowledging that we're hardwired, so maybe I have to take care of that, but I'll worry about that after the stream if need be here. Alright. So we should all be back. Let me know, guys, if you see any lag or if you guys, if it looks good over there in the chat. It'd be nice for to know. But yeah, hopefully we're back. A commercial break, which is, and Twitter is not loading for whatever reason. Hopefully my internet's not about to go down again. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Yep, there we go. It's still only the 2 votes, but it's always nice. Yeah, there we go. We got the votes over there, and we're ready to go. Let's see. Battle for the lead, still not overly massive. And come on, are you kidding me? Oh, there we go. It's now acknowledging that we're hardwired. Hopefully, no problems in South Point Casino. They're doing an ad read for that. South Point Casino 400 at Las Vegas. That's in the final round here. Alright, here we go. Come on. Let's see. Alright, there we go. Uh-oh. That says no data. That's not good. Oh, and we're back. Okay. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's see. Right now, oh, Denny Hamlin. Did Denny Hamlin pull back the... Oh, Hamlin, Truex, and Bell got to the front of the line. I didn't even notice that. I was looking at the wrong monster car, but yeah, those 5 Toyotas were able to just overtake the Fords there. So I guess teamwork really is the key here at this track. The one thing I got right, but so far I was not predicting that the Toyotas were going to be the first ones to necessarily pull that off. I thought their teamwork was going to be somewhat ineffective just because of how few of them there were, but looks like they've gotten grouped up actually fairly well, so nice to see that. Alright, so here we go. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we got going on. So Riley Herbst's leading that outside line in 7th place right now. I mean, Herbst is a really weird case because he's in theory, the SHR guys might push him for now. if they can get grouped up behind him. The question is, are they going to get grouped up behind him? It appears like that's a yes. I see Harvick, Amarola, Briscoe all kind of grouping up there. But I'm sure Briscoe's on that inside line. But I would be curious to see if there aren't communications there about trying to get them all in one line, all in the top or all in the bottom to try and create some speed there. Although they only have 8 laps to go here to stage points get awarded. So, Hamlin versus Truex. If Truex can just stay close to Hamlin here, he may have a shot. But Brad opting to drop to the rear. Yeah, he's gonna be hurting people's stage points doing that. There we go. Just had to go let my mom know why, because she was freaking out about Brad. I'm assuming because Brad was in her lineup and she checked her lineup real quick, but, yeah, here we go. Stage 1 getting ready to end here, and, right now, again, these Toyotas, they're looking very good here. But the Chevy is starting to pull up in the outside line. Chase Elliott into that outside line, and I hate the in-car camera for this one reason. We can't see much else while inside the car. And it makes sense if you're looking on that, if you got a helmet cam maybe, but this weird in-car camera where you're just kind of showing the inside of the cockpit really isn't all that helpful for being able to actually see what's going on there. There we go. So yeah, that outside line, it's starting to gain a little bit of momentum here, but it does not have a lot of energy. Looks like Harvick might be the second car in line. Third is Logano in that outside line. So you got 2 NASCAR champions in the outside line, so it's not a bad pick to potentially go in that outside line. But right now it's Reddick and... So right now Reddick, Keselowski, and a few others are kind of just trailing on the back of the field here, just kind of waiting around, expecting a yellow here. Potentially due to crashes, or just due to the fact that the stage is coming to the end. And at least for those 2 in particular, they're already locked in. They already won races this year. They don't need to worry about stage points. Now, they can worry about the race at the end of it, but 1 playoff point not worth potentially wrecking your car early trying to win it. Especially where they didn't feel like they had the car to win the stage outright. So, Reddick, the only Toyota not in the top 5 conversation here, although now BubbaWallace is as far back as 8th at the line last time by, because the outside line has started to creep up around the outside of that Toyota line here. And that's going to really make it hard on Ty Gibbs and some of these others. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I'm curious what the, again, I think if I'm the 23, I just try and sit behind, I just kind of sit behind and run single file here for a little while when it comes to the, 23 on the 54, especially when it comes to the stage end. But, yeah, right now you got side by side for the race lead. Hamlin went up to block Riley Herbston, didn't get really as much of a run, and consequentially, because of that, Martin Truex Jr. got a run to his inside, and now it's MTJ versus Denny Hamlin, which is the battle for the regular season championship, side by side for the race lead. So here we go. Alright, so it's a pretty good battle here for the checkers, at least, in stage number 1. Let's see. But yeah, I'm going to go use the bathroom in between stages, just while we have a little bit of downtime, so just know that that's coming up. But Here we go. 3 laps left in stage number 1. It's Denny Hamlin. It's Martin Truex Jr. They're side by side. Would not be surprised if people are starting to vote for other here as we get to the end of the stage. Because there's nobody really in an earshot here. So here we go. Denny Hamlin able to get clear back out in front, and he's able to get back down in front of his teammates. He goes back up top trying to control that outside lane, which is almost entirely Ford's, but those overeager pushes from Riley Herbst could end up really hurting his day if he ends up giving too strong of a push, and ultimately if he spins out Hamlin right in front of him, it's very hard to avoid that kind of crash if you end up doing it to yourself. Alright, so here we go. We're all set up. Alright, here we go. White flag. White flag in stage number 1. It is Denny Hamlin looking at the bottom here. Martin Truex Jr. now in second place here. He's on the inside line. Hamlin going down the bottom. Now up to the top here to block the line of Fords. Here goes the rest of the Fords down to the bottom here. Shuffling Riley Herbst out of line. Herbst's going to drop like a rock here. And side by side for the race lead. Martin Truex Jr. up the inside. Kevin Harvick takes Denny Hamlin 3 wide. But Harvick kind of out there on his own. No, the other Ford's going to go up there with him. And Denny Hamlin gets sucked into the sucker hole here on the final corner. Martin Truex Jr. wins stage number 1 over Christopher Bell, Kevin Harvick, Ty Gibbs, Joey Logano, the top 5. 6th place, BubbaWallace. 7th, Austin Cindric. 8th, Denny Hamlin. 9th, Chase Briscoe. And rounding out your top 10 and the guys who earned points, it's Daniel Suarez. So, some good runs there for a lot of drivers. Denny Hamlin gets dropped into that sucker hole and loses a few points there. And he really did not need to be losing points at this point in the battle for that regular season championship. Martin Truex Jr. pretty much all but got it clinched at this point, unless Truex wrecks out immediately. But as I said, I'm going to go use the bathroom while we're at a commercial break, and I will be right back. So. All right, Austin Hill actually takes no tires as they race off pit road here. Joey Logano and Truex second and third off pit road as they come off pit road. But yeah, it's a crazy race so far. Although actually pretty tame by Daytona standards, but still, the way the lines have been working, it's a very interesting double file race. These guys kind of racing it out between themselves, trying to figure out, okay, who's got this one, who's going to be trying to fight this one out here. Man, Darlington Sunday night, that's going to be fun. It's going to be long, but it's going to be fun. We're going to be here for that one for sure. Definitely looking forward, though. Already working on a couple of ideas for championship week, potentially. And we'll actually have a special guest helping co-commentate the Bristol truck race in a couple of weeks as we get ready for the truck series. As we get ready for the truck series race at Bristol Motor Speedway. So, just a quick little teaser. Not going to say who it is. And, oh, yeah, I forgot to end the Stage 1 poll. So, there we go. We'll put out the poll for Stage 2 when the when we get about halfway through Stage 2. Because Stage 2 is 60 laps. What? Okay, well, I guess there's a guaranteed pit stop in Stage 2. And then it'll be about 60 laps to go. Okay, so we'll have a guaranteed pit stop in Stage 2 and in the Stage 3. So, there we go. That's a nice little perk there. Well, let's see. Really curious to see how this ends up going, though. Alright, welcome everybody to LiveStream. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Alright, let's see. I'm going to just quickly check and see how the Twitter version of the poll did, because we did technically get it right with the YouTube poll. So good job on you guys getting that one done. And no, I'm not going to start calling it Axe. I'm stubborn. It's still going to be the other one. Oh. Alright, I actually made it a 24-hour poll. It was only meant to be a 30-minute poll. Oh, well. It's a tie between Briscoe and Amarola, and neither of them won it, so. Alright, we know Twitter is somewhat silly there, so. Alright. So, right now we're getting ready here. Oh, time with Ricky Carmichael here. I'm going to say, fresh out the pace car here for the first lap. And ready to go, hopefully we can be ready to go back racing here soon. So it looks like Hill came back down for tires a second time. So Logano, Truex, Christopher Bell, BubbaWallace, Kevin Harvick, your top five. Suarez gained all the way up to 6th spot. Denny Hamlin 7th. Josh Berry up in 8th place. Not sure how he got up there. Stenhouse and Todd Gilliland taking 8th, 9th, and 10th there. But, yeah, it's crazy, so. Here we go. Also, the F1 race tomorrow morning, I will not be home for it. I'm going to be at work, so I won't be able to broadcast the F1 race. I would love to broadcast more F1. But problem is they either overlap with the Cup race or they overlap with my work schedule. So that's unfortunate. And or they're in the middle of the night and I just can't stay up all night in the middle of a work week. So here we go. But yeah, we're getting ready to go back racing here in the NASCAR Cup Series. Coke Zero Sugar 400. Real quickly, I just gonna plug it one more time. The pinned comment is a link to a poll over on Twitter where I'm going to be having you guys vote on which race tomorrow you guys want me to do live commentary like this for. So we got the NASCAR Truck Series race at the Milwaukee Mile or IndyCars at Gateway. So 2 very different styles of racing, but should be some pretty good races. And let me see what the official poll had. What the poll says so far here. It's actually a pretty close poll. Okay, one one vote might tip the scale here. So if you guys have a preference on which one you guys want to see me here on YouTube broadcasting, let me know, and I will be picking a winner sometime around 6-7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So, and again, if IndyCar gets rain delayed, oh no! Speeding penalty, Kyle Busch, no! I mean, I'm not terribly worried because you can recover from a penalty here, but man, that's a bummer to see him with a speeding penalty here. Pace car off, though. We're getting ready to go back racing. And green flag is in the air, and they're racing at Gateway. So, as I mentioned, the IndyCar race may get rain delayed. There has been weather in the area. It rained out a lot of this morning, but they were able to ultimately get a practice session started earlier this evening. I have not looked at the results from that yet, but here we go. Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano barreling off into turn 1 here. Joey Logano and Kevin Harvick able to get the lead there. Let's see. Just taking a quick peek at practice and qualifying. Practice times looks like Newgarden is the fastest guy in Gateway. If you're surprised by that, you haven't watched IndyCar this year on an oval. Because he's yet to lose on an oval this year, but here we go. Joey Logano still managing to surge ahead here. He's got a lot of help here from Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick, nowhere really else to go other than into the bumper of Joey Logano. Can't go low in the corners because physics. Can't go low in the straightaways because you can't advance your position below the line. So, and you can't go to the outside because there's cars there and you don't want to turn into the outside of the field there. And Scott McLaughlin just jumped to number 2 on the boards in IndyCar practice. Just wanted to take a quick peek at that, but we're not going to focus very much on that whatsoever. So, just wanted to give a quick shout out to the IndyCars because, again, we may be talking about them tomorrow, but we got side-by-side racing in the NASCAR Cup Series here tonight. Under the lights at Daytona. Daniel Suarez in that 3rd spot on the inside line, producing some pretty good pushes there, honestly. So, and then we got a 3rd lane starting to triumph for him, and honestly, this is not a bad super speedway race. Kyle Busch is part of that 3rd line trying to just make something work here. And I say, if they can get something going, that would be massive in terms of the intrigue factor here in this race, because if we get a 3rd line going at Daytona, I think all bets are off for what we might see at Talladega later this year. But that top line just started to evaporate. There's not a lot of momentum there, and I'm guessing some of that is stemmed from the energy being taken by the cars trying to go 2, 3, 4 wide around in the mid to back of the field here. So definitely going to be a little worrisome here. But, yeah, here we go. So now they're finally starting to get bunched back together on that top line, see if they can get there. But there goes Kevin Harvick with a mega push here, locks the bumpers, gets out in front of the 19, and can start to maybe block both lanes here if he chooses to. Truex, though, gets a run alongside Suarez. He's starting to lose ground there. Yeah, that 3rd lane is starting to really affect the outer line. You can already see them starting to vapor away here. The energy is getting sucked out that middle lane here. Absolutely no way the middle line that you're gonna stay as dominant here. Certainly an interesting conundrum here for the outer lane, because they got that 3rd line coming, but which is slowing you down, but you still need to be able to compete. You still feel like you should be able to compete with that inside line. Oh, and there we go. The Toyota's starting to maybe make a block here on the top line here. So Chase Elliott leading that outside line, gonna try and see if he can get pushed to the lead here. AJ Allmendinger, 2nd car in that outside line. Kyle Busch 3rd. So that top line, very much a lot of contenders up in that mix. So here we go. So Cheddar's on board right now, and Joey Logano and Kevin Harvick can both try and block here, but that outside line, it is here. The third lane has arrived. Nobody makes the move to try and block here, and now it's a side-by-side battle for the lead. Chase Elliott, but Chase Elliott's got no help behind him. It'll allow Joey Logano to just receive that push from the forward car and maintain his lead, but here comes Chase Elliott. This time with a push. Chase Elliott, big push from the 16 car, and Chase Elliott, I think he just took the lead of this race, potentially. Hard to see because he's on the extreme outside of this run. I'm impressed with the inside line, or the middle line, is staying so well. Martin Truex Jr. still in this fight for the lead as well. We could have 3 wide for the race lead here momentarily. But, Chase Elliott goes to the bottom here. AJ Allmendinger to the lead. AJ Allmendinger to the race lead. Let's go. So Chase Elliott goes down the bottom here to try and block, I guess. But here we go. AJ Allmendinger is now first, and Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch are fighting for second here, side by side. Inside outside lane, not sure. Looks like Kevin Harvick filed back into line in second place on the inside line, or third place on the inside line here, in behind Joey. So Joey Logano got shuffled back a little bit there, just off of a few people around him making moves, and him just staying committed to that bottom line. That's why we mentioned it earlier. You got to make that block when you could, because until you, if you don't make that block, somebody else will, and ultimately, you end up giving up spots like that. Man. So, yeah, that's definitely an interesting one, but we'll have to wait and see how it ends up turning out for all these guys. Wait, when did Stenhouse get in the mix up here? Ricky Stenhouse Jr. up to third place? What? I'm okay with Stenhouse winning this race, but I kind of would like to see Allmendinger win out of those top 3, even though I'm a big fan of all 3. But if Allmendinger wins, he's in. But, yeah, right now, though, the top 3 looking very nice for me. Then you got Justin Haley in the 7th spot. Austin Hill up in the mix here. He's in 11th right now after taking tires on that last stop and, in theory, starting tail end of the field. Well, pretty much there. All right, here we go. I don't know what this movie is, but I love the fact that there's a gator named Buttercup in it. But, yeah. Here we go. So, yeah, right now, just kind of waiting it out. Can't really see what's going on. AJ Allmendinger, that outside line starting to fade backwards a little bit. Chase Elliott and Joey Logano on that inside line, able to surge out ahead. So that outside line definitely filtering a little bit further back. Kyle Busch still 4th place there, and here we go. Curious to see what we're going to see on that from that middle line here. If that middle line even still exists. It's possible the middle line completely evaporated, but we'll have to wait and see. But, man, these ads, they're just weird. I'm sure there's an audience for whatever they're showing, but it's not me. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is on the... Okay, so Stenhouse is in the middle line here. Side by side with Kyle Busch. Stenhouse... Or Allmendinger there, leading the outside line, the extreme outside line, getting side by side here with Kevin Harvick, and it's a 3-wide battle here for the lead. Allmendinger, Joey Logano, and Chase Elliott here. 3 abreast for the lead. Let's see who's going to be able to make something happen here. Can Chase Elliott find his way clear and try and make a block on the top 2? Will the momentum off the top side be enough for AJ Allmendinger to take back this lead and potentially start to block both lanes? What will Kyle Busch do here in behind Allmendinger? But here we go, continuing to push. I say those outer 2 lanes are gathering a ton of speed right now, and all the inside line can do is try and keep chugging away on the bottom here and see what they can do in terms of trying to catch these front 2. But man, it is a very fun, very close battle here. Oh man, welcome everybody to LiveStream. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. But here we go, side-by-side battle between. Let's say, there we go. Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick have kind of broken out and as the leaders. And Chase Elliott tried to get up into that middle line. Ends up going into the 47 of Chase Elliott, or into the 47 of Stenhouse there. Ended up 4 wide for a few moments there as Chase Elliott gets in 12th place, but back in the bottom lane, right where he had been for a while, but he was further forward, obviously. So he lost a ton of spots there. But he made significant content there. I'm not even sure he tried to. He was just loose and trying to save that race car. And I say, Chase Elliott didn't really have much option there. But here we go. Now Kyle Busch and Allmendinger have kind of pushed their way out in front here. And they are, Allmendinger can now start choosing which lane he wants to block. He can choose to either block the inside or block the outside. So I'm curious to see what they end up doing here. But, yeah, it's an interesting race, honestly, though. You got Justin Haley up there in the top, too. He's he used to be a very good Xfinity Series plate racer. Obviously, he finished 10th last night in a part-time start there. All right, but, yeah, right now we're just chugging along here. And, oh, wow, we're already 20 laps into this one. And, I say, where'd Ross Chastain come from? Chastain through the middle! Chastain shoots through the middle here. Ty Gibbs on the bottom line. Ty Gibbs is shuffled to the bottom line, and he's out in front of the field. Here we go. Let's see. 3 wide across the stripe. It's going to be Ross Chastain, race leader at the line. So it's a big battle here out front. And I say you got Chastain leading this thing over Ty Gibbs and Allmendinger here, at least for right now. They are still 3. It is gridlock, though, right now. 3 lanes of traffic. No real room for anybody to try and make a 4th, and no real room for anybody to make a move. Bottom line starting to fade away a little bit here as Joey Logano and Ross Chastain link up and take a run at the race lead. Let's see what Chastain's going to do now that he and Joey Logano have come unlinked. Best bet is to try and drift back to Logano and or block both lanes. Those are your 2 options there. Chastain gets up in front of Allmendinger to block and help to help the other 2 lanes kind of get back out in front. Now he's going to try and block all 3 lanes if he can. It's going to be tough, though. For Ross Chastain to try and block 3 lanes of traffic, it is going to be insanely tough here. But, yeah, it's gridlock, and now Chastain wasn't able to block everything, and now he's got Ty Gibbs and Joe Gibbs Racing on the bottom, and he's got AJ Allmendinger looking to the outside here with no real way to block either of them right now. And man, the fact that they've been 3 wide for this long and haven't wrecked is incredible right now. Alright, here we go. Let's see. It's a really good race here. And they're going to commercial break, but man, it is. As AJ Allmendinger had nose out front at the line when they took the scoring loop, but man, it is not going to be an easy race here. Alright, so Welcome everybody to the live stream. We're under the commercial break right now, so we get a moment to breathe here. Moment to just kind of sit back and watch the chat. I can go ahead and answer any questions you guys want. I may start going and typing up the race poll here. The hard part is going to be trying to pick the third driver here, but we'll go ahead and start working on the poll here. Who will in stage 2? And we're going to put A.J. Allmendinger. Alright, A.J. Allmendinger is definitely on the poll. I'm going to put Ross the Boss in there. Ross the Boss. And let's see. I'm going to wait for them to come back from commercial break to decide on the third one, because I want to make sure that I'm picking people who are in contention here. Super Mario Brothers movie. I've been wanting to see this thing. I didn't see it when it was in theaters, unfortunately, and I haven't gotten a chance to rewatch it either. So, hoping to rewatch it maybe this coming week. I'll I'll find some time on my days off here to get it going, but the Super Mario Brothers movie. Streaming only on Peacock? That's good. I got Peacock. I can do that. But, yeah, so. If you guys have an idea who you guys would like... Oh, what happened to Allmendinger? Allmendinger is further back. Uh-oh. I might need to go and rename my poll here. Let's put Joey Logano in that top spot here. Joey Logano. Is Joey Logano going to be able to stay through me putting his name on the poll? And I say, AJ Allmendinger getting ready. And I say, he's falling. Oh, whoa, he's outside the top 10. What happened? Also, American Ninja Warrior getting ready for their second night of their finals. They're getting ready for wrapping up stage 1 this week, so I'm looking forward to watching that. I will definitely be watching that on Monday. So if any of you guys watch that, I'm definitely going to be watching that too, so. Alright, it looks like, it's gotten single file now. Okay, everything else is just kind of faded away here. So Chastain's managed to get the lead here, and stage winner MTJ is the third and final driver on the list that we're going to put on here. But here we go. Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick on the move. They both pull out that inside line, and they're trying to make a second line form here yet again. Where? Oh, yeah, there's the add another option button and other. Alright, so there we go. We've got ourselves, there's the poll going for you guys, and I'm going to quickly go ahead and throw up the Twitter version too, because I've been doing that on Twitter the last few weeks. Trying to incorporate trying to find some ways to incorporate other versions of media into this. So let's try Joey. Oh, I am lagging a ton. I'm gonna try and do this on a page that won't have any video player. So post. All right, poll, copy paste, and then Joey Logano. Choice 2 is Ross the Boss. Chastain. Martin Truex Jr. And other, comment below. And we're going to make it a half-an-hour poll, because that's about how long I expect the second stage of this race to take. And, oh yeah, don't forget the hashtag this time. Hashtag Not Daytona, sorry. Hashtag Coke Zero. Come on. Where is it? Coke Zero. Come on, really? Where is the hashtag? Why is it not coming up? Did it just all of a sudden die? Alright, I guess I'll go ahead and just put Coke 400 up. Not sure what happened to the original hashtag that was going on. But yeah, there we go. So I got the poll up there. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and close out of Twitter so it doesn't take up all that space. So they got 5 minutes left in the IndyCar practice session here, and yellow flag is flown at the IndyCar race at Gateway in the practice session. But yeah, the Penske cars look very dominant here. Joseph Newgarden, Scott McLaughlin will power up in the top 5. Absolutely no surprise there. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. Here comes Stenhouse with a big push to Kyle Larson. Not sure what position this is for because I was busy trying to work with the polls and stuff. I'm going to try refreshing my stream because I don't know why it's saying still having performance issues. Alright, here we go. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just pause that. And we should hopefully be getting back to normal here. But alright, here we go. Right, nothing really going on the actual streaming software, which is good. We don't like problems, so there we go. We should hopefully. I've done everything I can possibly do right now, but here, let's see. So right now, the highest win in your in driver is Ryan Preece in 3rd place here, just ahead of his teammate Kevin Harvick. Potentially, we could see those two maybe make a move here on the front. Although I don't know how much intel Joey Logano is going to have potentially into that move. He might be able to catch wind of what they're doing and be able to make the move here. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. As I say, right now, Chastain has a very easy lead here, but they just moved to the top line. Or to the middle line, really. I mean, they've left a lane on the bottom, and there is a group on the bottom starting to group up. That might be a problem here as we get down later and later into this race, but let's see. Ross Chastain, though, the local kid, the watermelon farmer, takes the lead, and I say, we'll have to wait and see, but this race, it's been surprisingly clean so far. I'm curious to see if we can maintain it. If we can, I'll be surprised, but let's see. There's really been no real issues, though, so far in terms of the actual race. Let me see. Is there anybody that's out the race with any kind of mechanical issues? I kind of hope not, because Ty Dillon's still in the race. Looks like Todd Gilliland might be the first one out the race at 7 laps down. I don't see him being able to recover 7 laps. It'll be tough. I guess in theory I could see it happening, but with the yellow flag and the time still ticking in IndyCar, I'm assuming no other lap's going to get turned. Takuma Sato, 3rd place, pretty impressive, but then it's Penske and McLaren the rest of the top 5. Alright, here we go. Let's see. So yeah, right now they got into a single file line, and they're gonna try and control this race if they can. I just don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, Chase Elliott got ahead of Kevin Harvick. I don't know what happened there, but we'll have to wait until we can get a chance to see it here. But yeah, right now we're just kind of waiting it out and seeing what's gonna happen here. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Stenhouse up into the top 10. Amarola up into the top 10. Nope. And I said, there's been no sign of Brad Keselowski tonight, which is the one guy I thought might do something. Alright, here we go. So they're talking about next July, Paris 2024 for the Olympics. Curious to see what the NASCAR schedule might look like with the Olympics next year in terms of off weeks. We'll probably have an off week or two for the Olympics. But yeah, right now that inside line is starting to form. You got Ryan Blaney on the inside here with help from his out of the car friend Chase Elliott. Obviously, they're different manufacturers, so it's curious. That was a master class right there from Ryan Blaney on how to make a pass. Got right up there next to Joey Logano, went for a side draft, and then just sadly didn't have a push ready to go from behind, which he's now drifted back, and he's back side by side with his teammate here for a second between him and Joey Logano. But again, right there, Blaney tries to get up next to the one car, tries to get on that quarter panel to dump the air on the rear of the one, and then drop back down low to get away from the side draft so that he doesn't get side drafted in the process. And he's doing a very good job, but he's losing ground because the guys behind him are struggling to keep up while he's trying to side draft. So let's see. And now it could be the fact that the Hendrick cars behind him just don't want to push too hard right now, although, again, I'd find that a little strange. Certainly not out the realm of possibility here. So here we go. We're getting ready here. It's going to be a fun one. Where is Keselowski at? Keselowski's up to 13th. Okay, he's actually doing something, which is nice. Kind of surprised to see him doing something because he hasn't done anything all night. But yeah, Ryan Preece in 3rd place, Elliott in 7th. He's got to win. It's gonna be a must-win here. And Ryan Preece pops out of line here, trying to get to that inside, and he just took 2nd place here. Him and Chastain are 1-2 here at Daytona. Ryan Blaney pops back to the outside here on Ryan Preece. So now you got Blaney and Blaney and Chastain up here in the battle here. Real quick, I'm just gonna quickly check my fantasy lineup. Recommend you guys check your own fantasy lineups. Ross Chastain gets cycled around here. So definitely want to put Kevin Harvick in. The question is, who do I take out to do so? So it's Buescher or Larson. Larson's got more DNFs on the season. That's going to be my ultimate decision because Larson seems more accident prone. I trust Buescher a little bit more than I trust Larson. But yeah, I forgot. There's going to be a green flag stop here at some point too. I almost forgot. We're pretty close on that fuel number. Probably about 5 to 10 laps away from everybody having to make a green flag stop here. So that could be an interesting factor here as well. Nothing we can really do but wait and see what happens with the green flag stops. But I really quickly just check my other lineups. I don't usually care too much about moving them around, especially right now where it's not one where we have to worry about saving a use. But Let me just see where my other fantasy lineups are, what they're looking like at least. Let's see. Yeah, there's not much I can really do with that one. That was just kind of the one where I swung for the fence. That one I could definitely improve. Let's see. That one could also be improved because, yeah, Ryan Blaney's in my garage, and then my other ones are actually doing all right. So only those two need to really be changed. Actually, I could probably change that one too. Honestly, while these guys are getting ready to come to pit road, I'm going to go ahead and make these changes here to my fantasy lineups. Recommend you guys do the same so you guys don't get caught up in the action here as the pit stops start to take hold. So, yeah, check your NASCAR fantasy lineups. Trying to remember which ones, because I know one of them that I don't need to change. So I'm going to try not to waste time on it. I'm going to go ahead and bench him right now. Let's see. Create, log in. Let's see. Not that one, that one. Alright, let's see. 40 points. Let's see. 23, 28. I don't know. Some of these guys may have already come to pit road because I'm seeing much lower points from some of these guys that were just at the front. Wondering if we may have missed the first cycle of green flag stops, but I know who I'm trying to move in and out here. Alright, just gotta make the right, hoping I can make the right choices here. And hey, if they end up being wrong, oh well, it's Daytona. I can write it off. We're going into the playoffs, and then I'll be looking at the playoff standings from there. Alright, let's see. This one's got... Okay, yep, Blaney's either lost some spots here or he's coming to pit road. One or the other here. Not sure which one it is. Alright, there we go. And one last fantasy lineup, and then I will be back with you guys. Alright, so they've got pit stops going on. Sounds like Stenhouse came to pit road. Alright, here we go. Alright, there we go. So we got that all done. Stenhouse and Ross Chastain coming out. Right now, though, it's, let's say you got the two RFK cars up there. Amarola still up there. Cindric, and here comes the Penske group. You've got Cindric. You got, I'm assuming Cindric's in that pack at least. You got Blaney. You got Logano. No, Cindric stays out actually. I guess Cindric either didn't get the memo from his Penske teammates, or they're on some other strategy for some other reason. But right now, for the most part, the guys who are still on the track, you got mostly guys who are just trying to work their way through this race. But Denny Hamlin with a penalty, and he was already riding out behind. This is going to hurt. If he goes more than one lap down, this is going to kill his night, potentially, here. So, here we go. So, penalty for Denny Hamlin. No other penalties, though, it doesn't seem like. So, some pretty good days here. Let's see. So we got people thinking it's going to be Ross Chastain cycling to the front here. I got to know what's going to happen here because Brad Keselowski in the front. This would be a good time for them to just kind of settle in. Let's go. I want to see Keselowski win this race, so I want to see either Keselowski or Buescher, and I'd like to see the two of them finish 1-2 here, so if they finish 1-2, that's A-okay with me. If it's Buescher or Keselowski, probably my most preferred option, but I just trust Keselowski a bit more than I trust Buescher. And here we go. Everybody nice and easy into pit road here, and we might see a lot of 2-tire calls or potentially even just no tire calls here. So, always nice to see this one. So, Justin Haley, Austin Dillon, a lot of people kind of coming into pit road here. Priest, I think Elliott's on pit road. Larson, LaJoy, Amarola's on pit road. All right. So, yeah, there are a lot of names. LaJoy was on pit road. Riley Hertz, Chase Briscoe. And a lot of people coming off pit road right now all together. And this is going to be a panic mode right now. What's going on with with McDowell and Burton? Because those two could potentially end up losing a ton of spots if they stay out here and they stayed out one extra lap. Uh-oh. That could be really bad because staying out one extra lap. Now, maybe it gets them out the pack when they want it, because maybe we see a big wreck here, and that would be chaos. But here we go. So, Harrison Burton and Michael McDowell coming down pit road. I'm going to assume that's going to be 0 tires. They're just doing gas and goes here, but they're going to definitely tag onto the back half of this pack based on the speed that they're coming here. It's hard to tell, but it's going to be, it's going to be a close one here. Notre Dame winning their season opener. I think they were playing Navy here. Oh, Keselowski just gave a bit of a push there to the Let's say Keselowski went and pushed the 34 there for a little while there down the back straightaway, and then just decided he didn't have the time to wait on them and decided to go to the outside, but couldn't get around both of them before we have action here. Kyle Busch on that leading that outside line. Harrison Burton up to block. Harrison Burton now having control of this front of the field. Here comes Kyle Busch to the middle, to the bottom. Kyle Busch now to the lead here at Daytona. Could we see Kyle Busch potentially break his winless streak at Daytona? He has only won Daytona once, back in 2008. Since then, we have seen a lot of stuff happen. But here we go. There's a lot of people kind of cycling around here. Harrison Burton sniffing the lead for now. Let's see what ends up happening. Let's say Harrison Burton. Oh, where'd Daniel Suarez come from? Daniel Suarez to the second place here. He's going to try and see if he can find his way around Harrison Burton here. And Daniel Suarez to the lead. Harrison Burton second. Third, Alex Bowman. All three of these guys are must-win material here at Daytona. 8 laps to go here. It's going to be a fight, that's for sure. Oh, there were some more penalties there. The 15 and the 36 both had penalties too. That's a bummer. Let me just quickly check my standings. I'm currently 6th, but I'm hoping that that'll cycle around a little bit here. That point total is not exactly ideal. But nobody's is anywhere near where they were before the pit stops because we got different players in the front. Let's see. Where is Hamlin in terms of the lead lap? All right, let's see. Denny Hamlin's still on lead lap. Okay. But there we go. Harrison Burton gets some help from his friendly neighborhood Kyle Busch here to take the lead. And Harrison Burton now back out in front, and he can start to block both lanes. He goes up top to try and block Daniel Suarez in that outside line. Gets a good push. Suarez tries to dip low. Harrison Burton continuing to try and block there. They both return to the outside line. And now Harrison down to the bottom to try and block the move from Kyle Busch here as he starts to get a little bit of momentum entering the corner. And now he moves up to the top to try and stop that line from the top line from getting too much momentum. Here comes Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski. An unlikely pairing, but Keselowski pushes Kyle Busch clear. Kyle Busch can now block both lanes. Kyle Busch moves up in front of Harrison Burton here and takes sole possession of the lead of this race. And I don't know why Kevin Harvick committed so hard to help a guy who was going to dip on him like that, but you had to know he was going to do it. And here we go. 5 laps to go in stage number 1 here. So let's see. We got Kyle Busch, Daniel Suarez, Alex Bowman, Keselowski. I mean, it's just a hornet's nest of people who have yet to win yet this year behind Kyle. But here we go. They're starting to file out a single file line here. But here we go. Man, Kyle is looking like he could potentially be that next Daytona race winner here. But, yeah, it's a very impressive day for sure. Oh, we got someone thinking that someone not on that list is going to win, which as of right now, Kyle Busch out front. Looking likely. Unlike, I don't know where Logano and all of them ended up, but here we go. Let's see. 4 laps to go in stage number 1, but that inside line has become the dominant one, and it's going to be hard for anybody to really overcome that and just pass them right up here. All right, so let's see what we got. Here we go. Let's see. What do we got going on here? So Byron has entered the top 5 here. And in terms of points right now, we're getting ready for the end of stage 2. 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go in stage number 2. But, yeah, right now these guys are getting ready. So we got guys coming to lap them here. But, yeah, I know I forgot to text you guys when stage 1 ended because I got caught up commentating there. But, yeah, right now, though, here we go. We got ourselves, Denny Hamlin and, not sure who the other car is. They're both trying to stay on the lead lap here, though. And there we go. The inside lane trying to move around and see if they can just envelop Denny Hamlin and that other lap car here. I'm sure for Kyle Busch, he would love to see that Joe Gibbs car potentially lose that free pass battle to the Rick Ware car. The other, of course, the battle there. Let's see. Ryan Blaney, not sure what we're showing his on board, but he just gave a big push to Ty Gibbs. And, that's the battle. Those are the front 2 leading the outside lane. And Ty Gibbs goes up there and takes the race lead here. Ty Gibbs going to absolutely dominate. They are absolutely dominating this outside line. And without a strong pusher behind Kyle Busch, it looks like that outside line is kind of taking control here. Now Ryan Blaney looking to the bottom here. Ryan Blaney has Keselowski going with him here, his former teammate. But then that allows Ty Gibbs to get linked up, and Ty Gibbs wrecks, and that is going to end Ty Gibbs' playoff hopes there. And did Keselowski get through? Keselowski got through. Woohoo! There we go. Woo! And that ends stage number 1, or stage number 2, sorry. Stage number 2, Keselowski, your stage winner. Lots of race cars torn up, and that looked like just a rookie mistake there from Ty Gibbs. He was bound to make a few this year, and just unfortunate that it came at the worst possible time. And Ty Gibbs is out of this race. That will definitely help. Stenhouse caught up in this too. That's a bummer, but he's in the playoffs. But it's going to be a contest here. Honestly, if NASCAR wants to do this fairly, if they think any of these cars have a shot at getting back in the race, they red flag it. They get a bunch of tow crews to tow them all back to pit road, and then let them start working on them at the same time. Now, the odds that they actually go through the trouble of actually making sure that it's that fair, I don't know. But, yeah. Ryan Blaney looks like he's catching his breath. He's probably out of this race. Oh, yeah, Austin Dillon's out this race, and the first big wreck that will start to define this one. Uh-oh. Is AJ Allmendinger going to be the, is AJ Allmendinger out this race, or is he going to be allowed to continue here? End the stage 2 poll there. Let's see. Yeah, so many of them waiting to get towed back now. Again, I would probably red flag it if I was NASCAR trying to make this super fair. But again, these drivers, some of them, it's going to be a cleanup crop. It's going to be a cleanup process, no matter how it ends up going. But let's see. So Ross the Boss did not end up winning. So YouTube did not get this one right. Let's see if Twitter got it right. All right, let's see. Twitter, nobody voted on Twitter. Okay, wow. I'm impressed. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see any action on the Twitter. I guess it's because the different hashtag just didn't reach anybody, or nobody was paying attention. But people were probably just too busy fixing their lineups, which this caution comes at about the worst possible time for fantasy players, because the garage is locked and we won't be able to change anything. Actually, let me see if my garage is officially locked, or if I can go ahead and maybe make a change based on who's in and out. Nope, my garage is locked, but I think Kyle Larson was caught up in that, so unfortunately, because Ryan Blaney was too, my lineup's going to take a massive hit. Alright, let me see if I can get another replay here. So, might have been a bad push from the 20, but it looked like a rookie mistake for Ty Gibbs, though, I think is what I'm going to chalk it up to here. Alright, here we go. Oh. Yeah, I think it was a little bit of a mistimed push, but it was also Ty Gibbs not being ready for the push. And yep, here we go. The red flag, I called it. We're going to go to the red flag, and we're going to get ready for this one. So the red flag flies at Daytona. Let's pull up some NFL preseason, because it's the last week of the NFL preseason. And for any of you guys that are NFL fans, on my second channel, I'm going to be having some stuff going on. Alright, so let's see. What do we have for games this week? NFL preseason week 4. So we had Steelers-Falcons. Steelers crushed the Falcons. 0 points for the Falcons, 24 for the Steelers. The Colts beat the Eagles 27-13, and we had Anthony Richardson taunting the Eagles fans. I'm not sure that's the best decision. I still have not heard if he was, if he got out of it, Philly okay, but I'd be a little concerned about that one. Then you had the Lions and Panthers. The Panthers coming up short, 17-26 in that endeavor. The Lions ended up taking that one. The Patriots only scored 7 points against that Titans defense, who scored, as where the Titans ended up putting up 23 points. Who did the Titans play in their final preseason game? They played Malik Willis as the QB. 2 TDs and 2 interceptions for 211 yards for Malik Willis. Nice to see the Liberty University quarterback finally hitting a little bit of a stride there. Then you had Chargers and 49ers looking actually somewhat competitive, although the Chargers do end up getting the better of the 49ers. Looks like that defense maybe needs a little bit of work on the 49ers, which seems strange to say, but maybe they were just playing their backups. The Bills-Bears game comes down to the wire, a 24-21 thriller in Chicago. The Green Bay Packers barely edge out the Seahawks 19-15 there. And speaking of barely edging them out, the Cardinals barely squeak out the win against the Vikings. And is that the Cardinals going undefeated in preseason? No, the Cardinals went 2-1 because they lost to the Chiefs last week despite leading early. So that was that's some of your NFL games. Let's see. What are some of the other ones? We had the Chiefs barely squeaking out a win against the Browns, 33-32. The Jets the Jets versus the Giants, the Battle of MetLife. Zach Wilson listed as the leading passer for 101 yards. I know this was supposed to be Aaron Rodgers' first time playing in the preseason in years. 5 for 8 and 47 yards in his first action as a New York Jet. 1 touchdown for the legendary Hall of Fame quarterback. So, and then we had the only other game that's finished so far is Commanders bested the Bengals 21-19, and we are back from commercial break on the NASCAR side of things. So we'll catch up with more NFL when we have another caution or something. But the red flag is still out, by the way, over on the NASCAR side of things. But yeah, that is just a bad push from Christopher Bell. Just kind of a bummer for Ty Gibbs because the rookie was looking so good. But it happens here. Yeah, and he kind of just moves along that bumper. Again, it's very much a touch and go situation. They are on the edge of control here, and yeah, there's not much you can really do at that point. You're just trying to do the best you can, and ultimately it was just a small mistake, and Ty Gibbs, I don't think, is experienced enough to hang on to that one, but I'm just glad that Keselowski made it through. So let me check my picks real quick, see how my picks in the Pick'em game are doing. I say I have no idea how Brad got through, but let's see. It's not really my turn in fantasy football draft, so let's see. So Larson I had finishing bad. I believe he was caught up in that crash. Bowman was Bowman in that crash? Let's see. Bowman is not in that crash. So Bowman I gotta be careful of. He needs to finish 12th or worse. Did Byron get collected? Let's see. William Byron did not. That's another one I need to finish poorly. And then Martin Truex Jr., I don't remember if he got collected. He's 16th. He probably didn't get collected, but so at least Kyle Larson for my fantasy picks or for my pick'em game. The fact that Larson's down there helps out my fantasy lineup or my picks a little bit there in the pick'em. And let's see. What about my other picks? Logano. Did Logano get through that? Let's see. Logano's 10th, so he got through it. Larson, Bowman, we kind of already talked about. And Buescher. Did Buescher get through that? I don't think he did. Yeah, no, Chris Buescher did not, so that's probably going to be actually, Chris Buescher, is he? He's on the tail end of the lead lap. He might not have gotten through it, but he might be he may still be in position to at least recover an okay finish, which is all he really needs, is an okay finish if he can finish. So, honestly, not too bad. I would have preferred if I had picked Keselowski to be the best finisher on both of those, or the better finisher on both of those picks, but you know what, hey, didn't you stack it all up? So here we go. Figured that way I could try and stagger the picks in my 2 entries there. Since I get 2 entries, might as well go ahead and split them. Alright, so we're under commercial break yet again, so we'll bring back up those NFL games, and we'll talk about some of the ones that are actively going on here for the NFL preseason. So for your games that are actively going on, you have Ravens-Buccaneers. They just started the 4th quarter there. Buccaneers leading, and Buccaneers have the ball 3rd and 7 at the Baltimore 12. So not a very good drive going for the Bucs. But the Bucs are up 20-13. The Dolphins have the ball, but they are trailing heavy here in the 3rd quarter, 12-31 against Jacksonville down there in the Battle of Florida. The Cowboys have a lead over the Raiders. 2-minute warning in the 2nd quarter. Let's see, who is the Cowboys QB? They're using Will Greer. Have they used their brand new weapon here for the Cowboys much? No, it's been all Will Greer. 15 for 20 yards on the day for him as they get to halfway. And Rams-Broncos, they're still in the 1st quarter. Broncos first team to score in that contest as the Broncos go up 7-0. And then tomorrow we've got Texans-Saints. Texans-Saints is the game for tomorrow. But that's... Wow, it feels weird that there's only one NFL game on... There's only one NFL preseason game on Sunday tomorrow. I thought that they would all be on Sunday. But kind of feels like a Sunday. We got Cup racing and we got a bunch of NFL preseason games going on. So those are all your NFL updates that we got so far for that. And we're still into the red flag here. So we're stopped and waiting for this one. So they're still stopped on track. Let's see. I can't see, but it looks like Bowman's car is okay, so a little bit unfortunate there. Let's see. I'm going to pull up the IndyCar practice sheet. We'll just talk through the IndyCar practice ones here. Are they talking about... Uh-oh. Is Bubba out? I'm seeing people saying Bubba's out of the race. Oh, they're already in. They're in practice number 2 right now. So they got the Andretti Autosport cars going out here in their time session. I wanted to see the. Didn't want the live timing. I wanted to see the results from practice 1 here. Race details. Here we go. Let's see if we can. Oh, and the yellow flag has been lifted. Okay. Alright, so view results from session 1 here. So, Newgarden, McLaughlin, Takuma Sato, your top 3 over there in IndyCar practice. Will Power, Felix Rosenqvist, your top 5. So, Felix Rosenqvist, the top McLaren car. Alexander Rossi, Colton Herta, the top Andretti car, starting, practiced in 7th. Connor Daly in the number 30 for... In the number 30. Wait a minute. What happened to Jack Harvey? Did I miss something? Why is Connor Daly in Harvey's car? Oh, wait, no. Harvey's in the 30. What's Connor Daly doing in the 30? I don't know. But Connor Daly practices up in the 8th place. I haven't been as plugged into the IndyCar sphere as I normally am. Marcus Ericsson driving the number 8. He is in 9th place on the practice charts. Callum Ilott in the number 77. He's been a fun story to watch over the last few years. He practiced in the number 10 spot. Then you got Pato O'Ward, David Malukas, Roman Grosjean, championship leader Alex Palou, and Stingray Robb rounding out your top 15. Scott Dixon, one of the most legendary drivers in the field. He practiced in the 16th position. Linus Lundqvist making his first oval start, driving for Meyershank Racing, in relief for the injured Simon Pagenaud. Really getting worried with how long Pagenaud's been out with his injury. It's kind of feeling a lot like the Kurt Busch injury we had just a year ago in NASCAR. Devlin DeFrancesco practiced in the number 18 spot. He's got to be doing better than that because he's got to be on the hot seat at Andretti. Christian Lundgaard in the 45 practices in the 20th position. Elio Castroneves in the 06 comes home in 21st. 22nd for Agustin Canapino. Ryan Hunter-Reay practiced in the number 23rd spot on time. Rinus VeeKay, Santino Ferrucci, 24th and 25th respectively. Then you had Benjamin Peterson, 26th. Ed Carpenter, the owner-driver there, coming out for one of his lone starts there. Starting the 27th, practiced in the 27th position. And the slowest person in terms of practice was Graham Rahal in 28th place. For the IndyCar practice session. No, Blaney had a win. He won at Charlotte. Blaney won the race while I was at Charlotte Motor Speedway, so he's in. He's already in. So Blaney's not a big loss. I can really quickly go through the guys who are showing multiple laps down here and see who's out. So Todd Gilliland, Brendan Poole was already part-time. Riley Herbst, he's an Xfinity regular. Kyle Larson already won. He's in. Austin Cindric is out. AJ Allmendinger is out. Ryan Blaney won at Charlotte. He's in. Ty Gibbs is out. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is in with his win in the Daytona 500. Harrison Burton is 2 laps down. I don't know if that's out the race or not. It's hard to tell. But Harrison Burton is a must-win. Austin Dillon 2 laps down is a must-win. And Denny Hamlin is 1 lap down. And he's already locked in with multiple wins on the season. So, yeah, those are the updates as to who is out the race. It looks like, Stenhouse isn't actually out the race, but his car is crab walking massively, and I don't know if they're going to let him race like that. But, so that's your updates on that. We've already gone through the NFL preseason games. We've gone through IndyCar. So, in a minute, we'll probably in a little bit, if we get another caution here, we'll probably go through the next couple of IndyCar highline practices. Although the highline practice, I don't know how much you can really get out of that, because most of these guys aren't going to be trying to run the highline in practice during the race, so. Also, real quick, I'm just going to mention it while we got some people in here. The pinned comment is a link to a poll on Twitter where I will be doing this same style of live commentary for either the NASCAR Truck Series race tomorrow at Milwaukee, at the Milwaukee Mile, or for the NTT IndyCar Series race from Gateway. Again, I don't know what the weather looks like. It's possible that they might get staggered, but as it's scheduled, they are going to be overlapping. So I need to know which one you guys want to see for coverage tomorrow. But hey, thanks Bloodwire Radio. Thanks for the sub, and glad we're bringing you some good coverage. So yeah, I try and cover a variety of sports. I did a live stream the other day, mainly because the Xfinity Series broadcast had gone wrong, so I wanted to make sure everything was working well. So I went and streamed the Colts-Bears preseason game. So I'm a Colts fan as well as a NASCAR fan. So, but I'll try and talk about during kind of filler stuff. I've got NFL. Might even, you know what? Hey, I want to see what's going on in the MLB right now, because I'm a Red Sox fan, but I don't watch a ton of it. So let's see. No, scores. Let's see, not standings. Scores. MLB scores. So let's see how the Red Sox doing. I'm sure they play today, right? Red Sox beat the Dodgers 8-5. There we go. And the Yankees got their butts kicked 3-0 there. Yeah, woohoo! So nice to see that. Guardians got beat by the Blue Jays 8-3. The Atlanta Braves end up beating the San Diego Giants, I think it is. I apologize if I don't know all the MLB teams. I'm not as hardcore into the... basically, if it's not Yankees or Red Sox, I don't watch a ton. The Washington Nationals go up. Yeah, they take a slim win over the Miami Marlins with a score of 3-2. Kansas City Royals get blown out by the Seattle Mariners 15-2. Rough. Houston Astros beat the Detroit Tigers 9-2. The Colorado Rockies and the Baltimore Orioles, they are at the end of the 7th. They're at the 7th inning stretch. Their score currently 5-2 in favor of the Orioles. 5-3 in the middle of the 7th for the Angels. Angels leading over the Mets in New York. The San Diego Padres versus the Brewers is in the bottom of the 8th. That score currently 5-4 in favor of the Brewers. The White Sox are kicking the Athletics rear ends there. White Sox 6, Athletics 0 in the top of the 8th. Twins and Rangers are deadlocked in the top of the 9th at 2 apiece. The Cubs are going and beating the Pirates 8-3. The Cardinals and the Phillies are in a match, although I'm not sure the Cardinals have actually shown up to the arena, as it is a 12-1 game in the bottom of the 7th there. And the Arizona Diamondbacks are beating the Cincinnati Reds 1-0 right now in the bottom of the 5th. So that's your MLB update while we're still under this caution flag from the first wreck. So, yeah, Blaney has a big hit. Glad he's hopefully here that he's okay. We're still waiting to see him come out the care center, I believe. But, yeah. So you got to make sure that wall is still capable of absorbing impacts, because big impacts like that are always a concern. But, yeah, so we've had actually a pretty good, decent amount of people popping in here. And thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in here. Again, this caution is what ended stage number 2. And ultimately, it's been the start to stage 3. We currently have 60 laps remaining in the NASCAR Cup Series race. But, yeah, right now we're just kind of waiting to see what's say. They are rolling, at least. Hey, Mystic, how's it going? Seeing a lot of 8s. Are you cheering for, I'm guessing, Kyle Busch, because he's the 8 car? There's no 88 out there, unfortunately. Kind of wish the 88 was still on track, but Alex Bowman grew up and went to the 48 as opposed to the 88. And here we go. We got pit stops here. Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, William Byron, and Chase Elliott in the 4 boxes here for the pit stops. Come on, Kyle. Let's get this going. It looks like 4 tires for Kyle, 4 tires for Keselowski, Byron's in his box, and that is about the worst camera you could pick, NBC, sorry. So used to yelling at Fox for issues. And Alex Bowman looks like he might have the edge on Kyle Busch. I don't know, it's going to be close. We're going to have to see the camera. I think Kyle Busch might get him at the line here. Oh, and the SHR cars. Are the SHR cars lapped down? Because Kyle Busch is listed as the first car off pit road. But it looked like Briscoe and Amarola beat him off pit road. So I don't know what's going on. I will try and figure that out for you guys. Let's see. Amarola. Amarola's on the lead lap. At least listed as on the lead lap. But sometimes this list can be a little off. And Briscoe and Priest are both on the lead lap. So no matter what combination of SHR cars that was, unless it was Kevin Harvick, everybody should be on the lead lap. And Harvick even might be on the lead lap. Hard to tell. Again, this list sometimes can be a little skewy under yellows, but it should be pretty close to accurate here. So most everybody's kind of starting to cycle around. Looks like officially out the race so far. It's let's say Cindric for must-win drivers. Obviously, we mentioned Todd Gilliland for must-win drivers. AJ Allmendinger may still be on track. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen his car, but he is only 4 laps down compared to Ty Gibbs, who's 7 laps down, and I'm sure Ty Gibbs is out. But Harrison Burton only 1 lap down. Austin Dillon 2 laps down here. So a couple of guys from that wreck who are must-wins actually survived, which is kind of impressive there. All right, so some pretty good performances there, and that was just kind of a quick update to now that we've had some laps to kind of filter it out and see who all is still at least attempting to continue in the race. All right, so let's see. So J.J. Yaley listed in the top 5. I doubt that he's going to restart there. Even if he is up there, he'll probably come to pit road for an extra stop just to get out the way. Because if he restarts up there and gets run over, it could be very bad. And right now, that 51 car needs the points that it can get because it's on the verge of ending up down there. So, yeah, there we go. Briscoe and Amarola do get listed above Kyle Busch. I don't know what was wrong with their list because, yeah, Briscoe and Amarola do end up ahead of Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman on the standings. Daniel Suarez coming out, and he will probably restart 5th. We'll have to wait and see because it looks like maybe we had a couple of guys stay out. Truex and Reddick, I don't know what's going on with them. J.J. Yaley, I'm expecting will pit later and come to pit road to cycle himself to the back. So here we go. And we're back. So we got cameras on the track, and let's see what we can see here. Right now, I'm just looking at a bunch of bottles of Coke, which is not exactly the most appealing view. Come on, let's see some race cars. And there's a race car. That's the inside of a... Oh, there we go. MTJ clinches the regular season championship here in Daytona. He will get an extra 15 playoff points going into the playoffs here. Yes, that start next week at Darlington. So let's see what's going to happen here with the 51, and looks like Martin Truex Jr. coming down to pit road here. So nice to see MTJ get that stage win. Now he can focus entirely on the race, or not the stage win, but the regular season championship clinch. So, yeah, Kyle Larson coming back down, topping off on fuel, just going to try and stretch it as far as he humanly can. Because with this amount of caution, we might have somebody trying to stretch it as far as they can, maybe even stretching it to the end. That would be a long stretch, but I've seen people try some crazy stuff. I've seen some guys do some stupid stuff. Sorry, Al Gustafson. Sorry, really weird cough there. But, yeah, the 9 team and Alan Gustafson last week went and hit the switch for the reserve fuel and tried to go 3 extra laps before coming to pit road and ended up running Chase Elliott out of fuel last week, which is why he's a must-win here tonight. So, yeah, just kind of a misaligned push there for the number 20, Christopher Bell, and a rookie driver who didn't really absorb that. Because we've seen some weird pushes like that ultimately get saved, but very few drivers can do that. And a rookie like Ty Gibbs, I'm not surprised he had trouble saving that ball, that car. So, yeah, not much he could really have done about that. Again, maybe if he had 500 Cup starts under his belt, he might have had a bit of a chance. And or having been a dirt racing champion like Kyle Larson has been. those two things are probably the only thing that might have given him some experience to save that car with how loose it got. But here we go. Green flag back out, and we officially start stage number 2. Well, I guess unofficially, because we technically have 9 laps under our belts in stage 2 now because of all the yellow laps. But here we go. Briscoe and Amarola both taking the inside line, left the top open for Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch taking that outside line. But the two SHR cars, they work together to get them both clear. Now they can start blocking both lanes. Amarola going to block, and Briscoe's going to just try and follow Amarola around with his rear bumper. So, oh, and that top line, though, they go to the bottom, and the top line fires right back around, and now it's side-by-side for the race lead. Briscoe and Kyle Busch here. I thought they were going to do a little bit better job of trying to block here. But if Briscoe does make it in, he will have negative 20 playoff points going in, even after you give him the 5 points for the win because of his penalty from earlier this year. Oh, man. So, yeah, right now this race could end up being a sprint, but right now where it's where you got 55 laps, you can't forget about the race, but you gotta be careful as well. Because if you end up tearing up your car, it doesn't really matter how long the race is. Alright, so now that we've got the race actually going under green, the leaderboard should be mostly right, and I can figure out who's actually on the lead lap and who's potentially a lap down here. So let's see. Kevin Harvick is on the lead lap. Denny Hamlin still 1 lap down. Chris Buescher, he's 27th right now. He's at the tail end of the field in terms of the lead lap. Harrison Burton and Kyle Larson are both 3 laps down. And it looks like, it looks like Ty Gibbs 13 laps down. I'd be shocked if he's actually on track. So, yep, Bubba Wallace, he will be in. If it's not a new winner, Bubba Wallace will be in the playoffs. We'll have to wait and see, because there's a long race to go, and we got a lot of people. Amarola and Briscoe, the first 2 drivers in line right now. Both need to win to try and get in. Same thing with Eric Jones, who's on their rear bumper, I believe, on the inside 3rd position, so. Let's say, yeah, Bubba has nothing to really worry about. If he crashes, he has to just hope that somebody other than somebody who's already in the playoffs wins. But yeah, I agree with the booth here. Yeah, you gotta switch to full offense if you're Bubba Wallace at this point. No real reason to hang back and wait. So right now, this inside line though is starting to dominate. You got Eric Jones, you got Amarola, you got Briscoe. Those 3 absolutely pulling away here. You got Brad Keselowski in that orange number 6 car. So those 4 now have kind of started to break away. There's not a lot of momentum up top. No, not a lot of drivers up top either to help out. Kyle Busch right now in a side-by-side battle with, is that Bubba Wallace? Yes, that is Bubba Wallace. Side-by-side with Kyle Busch for 5th place here. We'll have to wait and see if that ends up turning into anything. But, hey, you know what? For the moment, it's just a really cool battle we get to watch. Bowman's right behind Kyle Busch here. Then you got Suarez right behind Bowman. William Byron right behind him. This is going to be an interesting one. I'd love to see how it plays out here. All right, let's see. Curious to see what ends up happening here. So right now, again, it's just kind of gridlock at about the 5th position, and nobody's really able to go anywhere right now. So it's kind of gotten a little bit stalled out, but we should hopefully still be having a good one. Although, again, Kyle Busch still losing spots. Despite his best attempts to try and side draft from the outside lane, it's just not working, whatever he's trying. He's now battling with with Joey Logano for 6th. All right, so yeah, I mean, depending on how many cars we end up finishing this race with, you could end up in a situation where teammates really don't matter a ton. Like last year, Austin Dillon ends up in a race with like 4 cars left at the end, and so yeah, it's a very interesting one, that's for sure. So let's see. Joey Logano and BubbaWallace now fighting it out for the spot. So BubbaWallace moved up to that top line here. All right, so for whatever reason, Kyle Busch is not a good leader, but he can push cars very well. I don't know why Kyle Busch can't seem to lead the line as effectively, but glad to see him at least having some help here in terms of having a car in front of him. Although, granted, if you know the car behind you can't really make much of a move, it certainly makes for an easy partner to trust no matter the manufacturer. So yeah, so now it's all about win or lose here. Alright, so right now, Keselowski's actually running well here. He's up in the 4th place, so that's good enough for me. And they're showing William Byron here running just ahead of Chase Elliott, but at the moment, there's not much William Byron can really do. I mean, you're not going to pop out of line, let the 9-car rocket by you, and hope you can fall back in line. You're just going to hope that the 9-car can follow you to the front, and then maybe you can shuffle something around later. Alright, so, I mean, right now, the battling here is pretty interesting, but 47 laps to go, a long way still in this race. And there's no real, there's no real sense of urgency quite yet because we know we still need a pit stop. After that final pit stop, it is going to become livid here on the race. If they go to a full screen commercial, I'm going to go use the bathroom one last time and grab myself water, and we go to a full screen commercial break. I will be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back, and we're not even done with the commercial break. So, I got myself my water, and we are ready to go for the race to the checkers. We're 20 laps in here, And looks like that single file line of Briscoes is still holding strong here. Chandler Smith, though, popping up in the top 10 here. And Bowman and Byron, they are far enough back. I don't need them to wreck, but they are far enough back here. So here we go. All right, let's see. Just really quickly, let me see if I can pull up my list here so I don't have to keep checking on my phone. Sign in. So I haven't signed in on my computer before. All right, let's see. All right, pick him. And let's see. Can I see live? There we go. Live stuff. Pick him. All right, so let's see. Bowman and Byron far enough back. Truex far enough back. Okay, that's all I really needed to worry about. So I think this one is good. And the next one, that should all be good except for Logano. Logano's filtered back a bit, so somehow I guess all my fantasy lineups are actually starting to, or my pick'em lineups at least, are starting to look good. So, all right, there we go. So I'm not sure what's going on with Chandler Smith there. He's dropping like a rock all of a sudden when I look up, and as I say, he's right in front of BubbaWallace there. Chase Elliott up to 7th here. He's in that single file line, part of that group. And Chris Buescher up to the front. Where did Buescher come from? Chris Buescher was like 27th the last time I saw him. And he's suddenly up at the lead. That's Daytona for you. The guy literally was 27th when I went to go grab my water. And now he's suddenly top 5. I mean, hey, I'm not complaining. If he can Keselowski can finish right there, that'd be A-okay with me. Say if we get some thunder here, end the race right now, that'd be good. But yeah. Chandler Smith. Oh, okay. So Smith went for a big push on the 10, and it just got the 10 really loose. Luckily, Eric Almirola has the experience and was able to save it. Also, it wasn't quite as risky a spot in the pack as that one with the 20 and the 54 there. But yeah, Briscoe and Almirola 1-2, and honestly, they got all 3 Stewart-Haas teammates who need to win to make it in are all right there. And I was talking in my video yesterday, talking about the fantasy picks. I was talking about how I didn't think Ford was really going to have much for contenders in the mix at the front, so I figured that they would probably be the safest bets, but they would also have a lot of teammates in there that we'd all work together, hopefully. We got a lot of Fords at the front. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it's not a complete lockout here. Alright, so here we go. So it's pretty much single file out throughout the entire pack, which is rare to see at Daytona. But everybody's kind of just decided to mellow in, just kind of zone out right now while we get ready for the end of this race. So since we're getting ready, I'm going to be putting up the poll here in a few laps or so. Let me know who you guys think, who your guys' picks to win the race are right now, and I might include some of them in the poll as opposed to just going Stewart-Haas, 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 and then other. Because that doesn't seem quite as interesting to me as going and putting all of those in, so. Let me know who you guys want to see on the poll as some options, even if they aren't your pick. Oh, come on. Why does Ty Dillon got to be in the mix? Can Ty Dillon just not? I don't care what he does. Just not. But, yeah. Nothing directly against Ty Dillon, but, yeah. Had a run-in with a guy at work today, and definitely not the biggest fan of him. And he happened to have a Ty Dillon hat on, which was the thing I first noticed. But, yeah, so random Ty Dillon fan, and I'm rooting against Ty Dillon, at least for tonight. I don't really care outside of that. He's not my favorite driver. He's not my least favorite, so. Okay, wow. Buescher's car looks way better than I thought. I saw him so far back, I thought he got a decent lick, but he got just a very small piece, I guess, because he's running fast and he's up in the mix, so. All 4 of Stuart Haas cars, by the way, inside the top 5. I didn't even realize Kevin Harvick was actually the 5th car in that line. I thought he was 6th. But, yeah, here we go. So, RFK as a full team is in the playoffs. If we see both RFK cars in the championship 4, that will be a landmark there. Curious if the RFK guys might be interested in a second chart or in a third charter potentially if there's one available. Say the 51 maybe doesn't get the ends up running out of chances because the 51 in terms of a charter, they might not have the ability to stay in there because they've been bottom 3 2 of the last 3 years, so they can't be third. They can't be bottom 3 in owners' points this year and maintain their charter. So that could be a big story there. That could be a charter that's made available due to performance issues, and the team wouldn't necessarily have a choice. Also, it sounds like possibly Stuart Haas may be looking at selling one of their charters, is what I've been hearing as a potential. Now, granted, that is a massive price tag on those charters. I've been hearing 30, 40, 50 million for a charter, so it's not cheap. But if someone like a Brad Keselowski is going to try and get this one. All right, let's see. We got Chase Briscoe. So we got Briscoe, Amarola, Preece. All 3 of those could easily end up stealing this one away here. But, yeah, and then just kind of looking through, though, it's going to be really tough because I don't see Buescher or Keselowski making a stupid move here, which is nice. Martin Truex Jr. is up in the top 10. Come on. Truex, I don't need you to wreck. Just fall back a little bit. Fall back. I need him and, let's see. Good thing the other 2 drivers I need to fall back are already staying back. Let's see. So, Byron is in 19th right now, and Alex Bowman. Where's Alex Bowman? Oh, he's 20th. Okay, so those 2 are together in 19th and 20th. Okay, I'm okay. We're okay here. Let's go. All right, let's go. So that's nice to see. Another Super Mario movie promo because this race is actually being streamed on Peacock itself, and that's what I'm watching on. So, yeah, I want to see this movie. I've been saying it, but I've been meaning to make time. Hopefully, I can get to see it this week since it's on Peacock. I have a chance to see it whenever. But yeah. Might pick up some good old microwave popcorn, or might even try and swing over to the local movie theater and just get a bucket of popcorn. Get some good popcorn there to watch the movie this week. Pretty good. I did get a chance, though, earlier this week to go over there and see the Gran Turismo movie, and man, that is an amazing movie. If you guys haven't already gone and seen it, you guys definitely should. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm just saying you guys have got to go see it. If you guys are at all interested in auto racing outside of just the NASCAR Cup Series, I would recommend you go watch it. And even if you are just interested in the NASCAR Cup Series, I think that movie might be able to sway you into being interested in other forms of motorsport. So, or at the very least, it's an entertaining movie for any racing fan. But yeah, come on, what? I say, Chase Elliott does. How did he weave through that? Okay, I hadn't actually seen this on board. How does he weave through all that smoke and just everything parts just right for Chase Elliott? Could this be potentially him getting set up for a potential win? Now, he's in 7th right now, and for him to go 7th to 1st, it would take a massive effort. And where do I need where do I need Tricks to finish? I don't actually remember where I need him to finish, because I don't. Alright, let's see. Pick'ems. Let's see. Tricks Jr. Where do I need him to finish? It's better or worse than... Oh, 11th. So I need him to just finish 12th. So drop 2 spots there, Tricks, and we're good. Alright, here we go. Let's see. So, last time these guys pit, it looks like a lot of 101s, a couple of 103s in terms of lap. But, yeah. Let's say, they're going to have to pit here eventually. I'm going to start typing up the poll here. But, yeah, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be probably just 3 Stewart-Haas cars, because those really are the only contestants right now. Who wins stage? Or who wins the Coke Zero 400? Let's go with Chase Briscoe. Eric Almirola. Yeah, because the Toyotas, once they start losing contestants from the race, it makes it really hard to keep up here and keep up in terms of teamwork. Alright, there we go. Got my poll, and then I just need to go ahead and put it up on Twitter as well real quick. I'll be right back. And by be right back, I mean I'm still watching it, but I just can't read chat. So, if you guys are saying anything right now. Alright, here we go. So, no votes on the Stage 2 poll. So, let's try and get this one typed up right. Because there we go. Coke Zero 400. Let's go with Briscoe. Eric Amarola. Ryan Priest. And other, comment below. And we're going to make this a 1-hour poll just to get us to the end of the race. So there we go. Got the race poll put up. So 1 hour. If you guys are on Twitter, go ahead and follow me at RyanDyer99 and go ahead and vote on the poll. If you guys aren't on Twitter, good for you. And we're getting ready to go here. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. So Chase Elliott, he's in 7th right now, but he's got a lot of Chevy power behind him. Martin Truex Jr. will probably do whatever the other Chevys do, because otherwise he's going to get filtered all the way behind him. But right now, Briscoe... Why are you even showing the playoff battle right now? It's either Bubba's in or whoever's leading is in. Those are the only options right now, but here we go. So, it's Briscoe, Almirola, Priest. I think those are going to be your 3 guys who actually fight for this win. I don't think Harvick messes this up for them. I don't think Buescher messes this up for them. I don't think Keselowski is going to try and upset the apple cart here. Let's see. All right, here we go. So yeah, poll is up. If you guys want to go ahead and vote, let me know who you guys think's gonna win this this final stage here. We got the Cup Series racing at Daytona. It's one of my favorite tracks in the entire world. So let's see, Chandler Smith again. I need Truex to fall back a little further. All right, who else do I have in this? Because I know there's somebody else other than Larson, Bowman, and Byron who I picked in both of them. So let's see. Oh, it's Logano. I need Logano to drop to worse than 7th. He's worse than 7th, so I'm doing okay, actually. I'm really not used to feeling like these racing picks are working too well, but oh, all right, let's see. It's a completely even spread, so somebody thinks someone other than SHR is winning this race, and at least one person thinks that each of the SHR guys I listed, Priest, Briscoe, and Almirola, any combination of them could possibly win this one. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Let's see what we can do here. It's a pretty good set of drivers, though, honestly, at the front of the field. Outside of the lack of diversity at the in the position here. Could have a decent performance here, though. Alright, so I should be safe, though, to win at least one of my 2 pick'ems, which will be nice. Let's see. NASCAR fan rewards. As I made sure to grab my points earlier by checking in on the race app. But, yeah. Alright, so they're back. They're showing the in-car camera there for... Is that just Naley's in-car camera? Because it was Celsius sponsored. Unless they sponsor Chase Elliott now, that I didn't realize, but... Let's see. Kyle Larson is still in the race, so in theory he could still upset my lineup, but... Yeah, Justin Haley in 24th. Okay, so he is still in the race. The two Hendrick cars still struggling in 22nd and 23rd there. So again, all I need is Truex to fall back 2 spots. Definitely possible. Long way to go. So Logano needs to stay back there, though, too. I don't need him gaining any spots here. But we got guys going to the inside here. We could see a bit of a battle here growing. Also, I'm just going to really quickly check my tweet here as to the battle for the for what race I'm going to broadcast tomorrow, because I just kind of want to know what you guys are, what we're feeling so far. Oh, we think someone's got another vote on the Twitter poll for the end of the race already. And IndyCar Gateway still holds a very slim lead. I think 1 vote could be the difference there. So, If you guys want your voice heard on which motorsport event I should be doing my play-by-play of, and oh! Uh-oh! They say Ryan Preece into the sucker hole, and there goes Ryan Preece out the way. And Ryan Preece, he is no more. He is gonna finish way in the back probably, unless he gets really lucky here. And yeah, no real options there. Amarola with a vote on the Twitter poll as well for the finish to the race. Let me see, how many followers do I even have on Twitter? Because I don't even know. I don't promote my Twitter very frequently. I got 60 followers. Hey, we're at the 60 follower mark. Good. Let's see if we can hit. I'd say if we hit 75, that'd be amazing. But I don't know if we'll hit that. But here we go. Is YouTube taking my likes away again? Really? Come on. Oh well, hey, we still got the viewers though, and that's the important thing to me is that we got people entertained here and enjoying the content. So we're here. So Briscoe's still leading they're still showing the playoff bubble, but yeah, we got Briscoe leading this thing. No Ryan Preece now, but what's his name? Trix has been cycled far enough back, and I still have my two guys far enough up the field. What's the Keselowski over under? I know the I know what the Bowman one is. Okay, I need Keselowski to stay. Okay, top 5. Yeah, there we go. I need him to stay in the top 5. There we go. He finishes. It's eighth or better for Keselowski. And as long as Busch is in the top 10, I'm good. And oh, there we go. Big wave of pit stops. Big wave of pit stops here. I see Chastain, Kyle Busch. Looks like maybe Chandler Smith. BubbaWallace coming to pit road. A lot of guys, no tires here. Yeah, very short stop there for Suarez. Suarez gets out around Denny Hamlin on pit road. Martin Truex Jr., Corey LaJoie, Josh Berry, Eric Jones, Christopher Bell. A lot of guys on pit road right now. And everybody taking like 3 seconds. Oh, Reddick comes down for 4 tires there. So he's not going to be able to be a factor in this race if he was even in really contention for it anyway. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do here. All right, so here we go. All right, so the Stewart-Haas cars and the 2 Roush cars at the front of the field making a very neat and orderly single-file line here. Going to try and just outrun the pack of cars that just came to pit road. So, going to try and keep pace and potentially work together here. All right, so here we go. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, so the battle for the lead here. And I say the battle for the guys who have already pit though. You got what's his name? You got Kyle Busch and Chastain working together, but the problem is they got a big gap to third there, which is BubbaWallace. But that battle there is gonna be an interesting one to see what ends up happening here. Oh, and here we go. Here comes the rest of the field to pit road. Briscoe, Amarola, Buescher, please no mistakes on pit road. Keselowski, Logano coming to pit road. Looks like Ty Dillon coming to pit road with this group. Byron coming to pit road on this one too. Bowman. Byron, Bowman, you guys can go ahead and speed on pit road if you guys want. Knock yourselves out. But here we go. Very short pit stops here, fuel only, and Kevin Harvick takes the lead off pit road with Chase Elliott in tow. Some very quick pit stops and a little bit of reshuffling here. Almirola third. Fourth place is going to be Buescher. Fifth, Keselowski, but we'll have to wait and see where they end up blending as we have the rest of the pack absolutely on a flyer here trying to get there. And let's see what ends up happening here. So no mistakes. We haven't heard about any speeding penalties here. So let's see what ends up happening. Everybody's lined up now. I say that group that just came off pit road, they got to get up to speed here. They cannot risk this one here. All right, so here we go. Let's see. So right now it's Harvick, Elliott, Almirola, Buescher, Keselowski, Bowman, though. Bowman and Byron and Logano up in the top 10. Come on. All right, I need all three of those guys to naturally drift back. And hopefully when they mix all the other guys from the other wave in, we'll start to see some differences. But, yeah, here we go. All right, yeah, here we go. So who do you guys think's going to win this one? Ooh, injury ends the Jaguars-Dolphins game. Not sure what the score was over there. Actually, we can go ahead and look at some NFL scores. But hopefully whoever the player is okay. I didn't realize that. So it was 31-18 final score for the Jags-Dolphins game. Jaguars ended up winning it. Let's see. Any other games finished up? The Ravens-Buccaneers game. Buccaneers end up winning it 20-6. 26-20. The Jaguars-Dolphins, as we just mentioned, called short due to injury. Jaguars win it 31-18, hoping that player is okay. And then we just started the fourth quarter with the Cowboys up 28-16, and the Cowboys have the ball here at the Dallas 10-yard line. I think that's going to be some more points probably. If I have my yard lines mixed up, that might be backed up against their own end zone actually. And then the Rams still trying to score their first point in the Broncos game as they're in the first half of that game. Broncos currently up 24 to nothing over the Rams. So those are your NFL updates throughout. And here we go. The two packs have converged here. And now time to see what this mosh pit's going to end up looking like here. So William Byron and Alex Bowman are still up in that top 10. I need them a little further back than that. Come on. They can drift a little further back. Here we go. 10 laps to go. 10 to go. Come on. Brad Keselowski apparently was driving in circles. I'm not sure when that was, but I just saw a Twitter update there from Eric Estep talking about it. But come on. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen another crash up to now, though. We've got 8 laps to go, though, and that intensity is only going to get ratcheted up here as Kevin Harvick goes up to block his teammate. I'm surprised he didn't just let his teammate pull around him here, especially this late in the race. I mean, Kevin Harvick could potentially be trying to win a race in his farewell season, but this is his. And now Larson's in the mix too. Are you? I say Larson's got to be a lap down though. Looking at where he is in the pack, and he's not being scored there. So Almirola to second. Would Harvick pull over to let Almirola get the win and move him into the playoffs? Would NASCAR let them do that? Because NASCAR could penalize Harvick if they feel he's not racing 100%, they could end up penalizing him. And potentially they could remove both from the playoffs and move Bubba back in. Well, they could move Bubba and maybe even Ty Gibbs back in. That'd be weird and unprecedented, but there is some precedent, actually, because there is the Michael Waltrip penalty from years ago. But here we go. Come on. Let's see. Chase Elliott surging on the inside. Chase Elliott alongside the 4 for the race lead. Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick gets run off the corner, though. Kevin Harvick now in a position he and Almirola can maybe start to block. Yep, there we go. Almirola and Harvick are both very well clear. They can start to block both lanes here. So that outside line really starting to surge here. Chase Elliott probably going to be trying to get in line here somewhere, but you got those, all those Hendrick cars kind of converging in one small spot here on the racetrack. And there we go, the 17 and the 6 making the pass here on their Ford teammate of Eric Almirola here. I'm curious to see what ends up happening, but there we go. Now you got 2 guys who have yet to win, but no non-playoff guys in that top few. Almirola getting shuffled back to 5th is the highest ranked of the non-playoff guys. Although, maybe not for long. Chase Elliott. Oh, we got a caution. We got a yellow. What's the yellow for? We do have a caution flag out. I don't know what it's for yet. I have not seen it. The app updates fast, or the website updated before I've seen it on the screen. So, not sure what the caution's for. Uh-oh, that's a big push going to Owens behind him. Priest flips at Daytona. Ryan Priest up and over and over and over. Hopefully he is okay. That is a big flip there for Ryan Priest. Oh my. Hope he is okay, because that was a massive flip. Awesome looking, but again, hoping he's okay. That is not what anyone wanted to see here tonight. I hope he's okay. The car looks awful, but the damage actually looks consistent with other minor crashes that involved going airborne at this very racetrack. So, as much as I say that crash did not look good, and the car doesn't look good, the actual damage that we're seeing, I think he might be okay. Again, we'll have to wait and see, because they're going to take their time making sure they get him out of that car safely, especially where there's no active fire on that car. There's a little bit of active flames, but it's not like engulfed in flames where they have to try and get him out right away. And not to mention they've got enough fire extinguishers they can put that car out if it does start to catch fire. But, yeah, we got another caution flag here. Let me check the Cowboy game. I want to see if they end up bringing in their new toy at all. And by new toy, I mean Trey Lance, who just got traded there last night for a 4th-round pick. Will Greer has 2 touchdowns, but let's see. Cowboys, no. Will Greer is still the only quarterback to throw a pass for the Cowboys in that game. He's currently 26 for 32, 261 yards and 2 touchdowns. No interceptions for Will Greer. That's not good for that one. He's also their leading rusher at 6 carries for 56 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Will Greer has scored every point for the Dallas Cowboys. He's gotten 2 rushing TDs and 2 throwing TDs. And there we go. Yes, there we go. Ryan Priest climbs out the car. I didn't realize they were that close to getting him out. Otherwise, I would have definitely been focusing on that. But yep, there we go. Nice to see him out there. Out the car, and let's see the flip. Now that we know that he's out the car and okay. Didn't even really see what happened there, but man, that car just got flown through the air, and yeah, lots of repeated impacts. No, but ultimately, again, a push from Eric Jones. He comes down across his teammate, And 2 of those SHR cars in the pole, now torn up. But glad again that he's okay, because that is a nasty crash, and nothing Briscoe did wrong. It was just a bad push at a bad time there, and yep, that is just lift off and big smash on the bottom. Looks a lot worse because the hood gets torn off and flaps backwards. Makes it kind of look like the roof almost got peeled open like a can opener or like a tin can. But ultimately, the roof does stay intact, which is the important thing. And this is his second big crash of the year, because he was involved in a massive crash at Talladega where what's his name? Where Kyle Larson ran into his driver's side door and broke the roll cage. So they ended up having to do some research into that to help sturdy that up before we got to our next super speedway. But that is a crazy wreck. Hate to see that for anybody, but man, glad he's okay though. But yeah, that is a crazy wreck. But again, glad to see he is okay. I want to keep reiterating that, because despite how bad the replay looks, and I'm gonna keep talking about it because it's big. Yeah, Ryan Preece did get out of the car under his own power there, so. But yeah, that's a lot of barrel rolls there, and both the front tires, the entire front end really completely shredded there on the 41 car after going flipping like that. But again, glad to see he's okay. Honestly, Briscoe doesn't look terrible in terms of damage, so Briscoe may be able to continue. But yeah, very glad Ryan Preece is okay. That wouldn't, again, scary, but again, looking at the very specifics of it, it actually looks very survivable and very good comparatively to how it could have been if he just had stayed on the ground and gotten full speed into the infield wall. Could have been way worse. But man, a lot of shredded sheet metal there. So Ryan Preece, a new dad as well. I can't imagine. Oh, they are putting him on a stretcher. Okay, so he did get out with. Now he did have a little assistance getting out, and it does look like they're going to use the stretcher out of concern for safety and to make sure he's okay. But again, he is awake, alert, and got out the car. Yeah, he assisted himself in getting out the car. So there we go. And Ryan, and there's Chase Briscoe out the car, going and high-fiving his team, getting his ball cap, but he is out the race too, so he'll be done for the day, and that's 2 more guys out of this one. So Briscoe and Ryan Preece both out of this thing. Amarola or other are the only results from the poll. Let's go ahead and take a look at Twitter poll and see how that's doing. A lot of votes for other, but we got 5 votes on that one, which is nice. All right, let's see. And again, still only 7 votes on that on the poll for what broadcast we're gonna do. And again, I'll probably look at that poll about 7 a.m. when I go on my lunch or on my breakfast break at work. To determine what I'm going to be doing for a broadcast. So, again, you have till about that point to go ahead and make sure your voice is heard on that poll. So, Bowman, Logano, and Byron, why did they have to surge back at the last minute? But, yeah, all of them are inside that top 10. I'm kind of hoping that they can just get buried in a slow line on a restart and can ultimately finish this race like 12th on back. Alright, I don't need... Actually, I think Logano might be just 1 spot too far forward. Let me see. Yeah, so Logano just needs to finish in 8th. Byron I need in 11th. And then Bowman can finish 1 spot behind Byron and we're good. Problem is Bowman's ahead of Byron right now. And Byron's unlikely to pass Bowman. But again, I wasn't necessarily thinking that it was going to be this close. And then no idea where Martin Truex Jr.'s ended up at all in all this. So hopefully my picks end up doing well, but if not, oh well. I tried it, and ultimately we're just hoping that Ryan Preece is okay and just kind of bringing up other points to try and not dwell on that. But again, the stretcher was hopefully only out of kind of concern for, well, was more out of the better safe than sorry type. Oh, and we're doing choose cone already. Wow, and there we go. So they split it up there, and Bowman goes to the bottom, so we need the bottom lane to slow up. And then I don't know what we're doing with Logano there. So here we go. So Logano on the outside lane. He's the only one I'm a little worried about. The inside line can completely stack up for all I'm, But yeah. All right, here we go. So Elliott, Bowman fighting for a playoff spot. Both need to win here. And how do you work well with your teammate here on a restart like this? So here we go. So Elliott, Almirola, Bowman, the top few that need to win to get in. Then Ty Dillon in 10th is your next highest. So for BubbaWallace's sake, he just hopes that this front row can lock down the front of the field here, which who knows? Maybe they can, maybe they can't. We're going to have to wait and see on this one. But overtime, we're going to be going green. 2 laps to go here. But, yeah. All right, so here we go. Showing the inside here on I'm assuming this is, not sure whose car that is, but there we go. That's Daniel Suarez. Or maybe it's Chastain, hard to tell sometimes with those 2 cars. Let's see. Can we get back to the white at least? Green. Okay, pace car is off. Diving for cover. Green flag is out. And we are racing at Daytona in overtime here in the regular season finale for the NASCAR Cup Series. So right now we're rooting for the outside lane here. We're rooting for the outside lane. Come on, Busher, let's go Keselowski. Keselowski was my pre-race pick for the win. But let's see. That's a big push from Keselowski to get his teammate out in front, and there we go. Oh, and they almost chopped down in front of Kevin Harvick. Now they can safely move down in front if they want to. I just don't know what Almirola is going to do if you do try and move down, because you can't control what he does. But there we go. RFK puts the block on Keselowski. And is Busher going to win his 3rd race of his season? He hadn't even won 3 races in his career coming into this season. And now he's going to potentially have a 3rd win on his season? Wow. So that's a big push on the outside. Problem is Bowman's Logano's part of that group, which I need to... Let's see. Big wreck behind? Come on. I don't know, but here we go. Here comes Almirola with a push here. Let's see. Chris Buescher. Brad Keselowski. No real challenge here. So it's going to be Keselowski and Buescher. They are controlling this one. No way Almirola can get this one, I don't think. It's going to be way too much ground to try and make up here. Here goes Chase Elliott looking at the bottom, trying to make something happen here. And it's going to be Chris Buescher winning the race. Chris Buescher. Chase Elliott comes home 4th. Logano 5th. Dang. Okay. And BubbaWallace is in the playoffs. Bowman comes home 6th. 7th, Kyle Busch. 8th, William Byron. 9th, Kevin Harvick. 10th, Corey LaJoie. So, some big upsets there. Seeing Corey LaJoie up there. Chris Buescher getting his 3rd win of his season here. And I say, Buescher has got all the momentum in the world here. So, there we go. Man, that is an insane way to end off this regular season. Buescher has now got 3 wins in the last 5 races. He won the last 3 ovals in a row. He's won 3 ovals in a row. And here we go. Let's see. A 1-2 finish as well for RFK Racing. Chase Elliott comes home 4th, and he will miss the playoffs here to start his season off here. And let's see this burnout. Let's see. There we go. Oh, and he slides down into the grass. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. That's a better attempt at a burnout. I know, you're not used to doing burnouts on these big tracks. You got to get used to it if you're going to be winning every oval. But, yeah, there we go. There's a good burnout for Chris Buescher. There it is. Oh, yeah, that's the spot. Nice big smoke show there. And Chris Buescher now rolling back into the grass. I think he's going to just climb out the car here. Chris Buescher winning his 3rd straight NASCAR race on an oval. Not 3 straight races because we have the 2 road courses that weren't won by Chris Buescher. But hey, 3 wins in 5 starts here. 3 wins on ovals for a driver who previously had a very hard time winning races. And now all of a sudden, he's got himself the wins he's been looking for. So, man, this is a great moment. Again, bummed for Ryan Preece that he ended up out of this race. Again, hoping he's okay still. But, yeah, Chris Buescher, he's coming into the playoffs. All the momentum. He should be a threat to make that round of 8. Nobody really was thinking he was a threat for the round of 8, but here we go. Chris Buescher climbs out on top of the car, victorious. And that dream season for that number 17 car specifically is going amazingly. Both RFK cars in the playoffs. We're gonna go through the finishing grid, and then I'll be signing off here. But all right, we had Chris Buescher, Brad Keselowski, 1-2. We've talked about those two. An amazing season for RFK. Eric Almirola comes home in the 3rd position, just a little short of a playoff spot this year in what might be his final NASCAR season. We'll talk more about that in my post-race video because I will be doing a post-race video. Chase Elliott comes home 4th. He will miss the playoffs for the first time in his NASCAR Cup Series career. Then we got Joey Logano 5th. He's going to be in the playoffs. I don't think he really cares too much that he missed the win. But hey, you know what? A win's a win. He was trying to get it. Ultimately comes up a little short. Alex Bowman will miss the playoffs for the first time since he became a Hendrick Motorsports driver. Another driver who was plagued by injury this season and just is going to end up missing the playoffs because of it. Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch comes home 7th place. He's in the playoffs. He's got 3 wins, just the same as Chris Buescher. Hoping that the 7th place finish will get him a little bit of momentum to start that one as we head to Darlington next week. William Byron. He's got the most wins on the season after winning at Watkins Glen last week. He's carrying quite a bit of momentum himself. Kevin Harvick, still looking for that first win on his retirement tour here this year. Comes home 9th place today after a very solid effort. Corey LaJoie comes home 10th place here in the running order. great finishes for Spire here because his teammate Ty Dillon finishes in 11th place. Neither one, though, making the playoffs. And with a must-win race, you had to try and do something, and ultimately they both come up short. BubbaWallace will make his first NASCAR Cup Series playoffs as a driver. And BubbaWallace as a driver, I'm glad to see it. Both the Michael Jordan cars are in the playoffs. This is going to be a great run. Can't wait to see what Bubba can do in that round of 16. Speaking of round of 16, Michael McDowell, please get beyond that round of 16. I want to see you racing for playoff spots at Talladega and the Charlotte Road Course. But Michael McDowell, 13th, he had his win earlier this year at the Indy Road Course. He is in 13th place finish. Keep some of that decent momentum going after the fluke accident from last week. Austin Hill in limited cup starts comes home 14th. Similarly, Chandler Smith in limited cup starts comes home 15th. Two very solid races for two drivers who are Xfinity regulars. Christopher Bell comes home 16th, driving that number 20 Toyota Camry. Chastain 17th. Eric Jones comes home 18th. 19th, J.J. Yaley in the Rick Ware car, needing those points for the owners. For the owner's points, trying to not be the worst. Then you got Daniel Suarez, Justin Haley, 20th, 21st, 22nd for Josh Berry, playing super sub role in that 42 car. Then you got B.J. McLeod in the 23rd spot, 24th for Martin Truex Jr., 25th Tyler Reddick, and that's your last car on the lead lap is Tyler Reddick in 25th. Denny Hamlin, 26th. First car, 1 lap down. Only 1 lap down. Kyle Larson, 2 laps down, 27th place. Harrison Burton comes home 3 laps down in 28th. 29th for AJ Allmendinger, also only 3 laps down after the incident. Briscoe and Preece involved in that nasty wreck at the end of that race. Comes home 30th and 31st. Todd Gilliland actually comes home in 32nd place. I thought he was out the race, but no, he just ends up 38th on the track. He comes home 32 laps down, but in spot number 32. Austin Dillon comes home 61 laps down. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 34th. 35th for Ty Gibbs. 36th Ryan Blaney. 37th for Austin Cindric. 38th Riley Herbst. And rounding out your field, the first car that was technically DNF from the race was Brennan Poole in that big one. So that was your rundown through the Daytona finishing from that starting grid. I don't know when my pre-race or from when my post-race video will be out because I got to get to bed for work in the morning, but it'll be out probably either late Sunday or early Monday, but one of those two. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, of course, leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. And one last quick plug, if you guys are watching this live, click the pinned message in the chat to go to my Twitter. Drop me a follow over there. We're going to see if we can start building that up. But also, I've got a poll over there for you guys to vote on what you guys want to see me broadcast tomorrow for some play-by-play. Either the NTT IndyCar Series race at Gateway or the NASCAR Truck Series race at the Milwaukee Raceway. So, you guys can go ahead and let me know on that one. But until next time, this has been Ryan Dyer, and I will see you guys next video. Live stream. Whatever you guys have to do with the rest of your night. Have a great night, everybody, and goodbye!